What's up, guys? We're going to have a good show today. I'll be right with you. Give me 2 minutes.
This is what comes to many people's minds when they think of Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Organized crime figures being gunned down in the streets. That's what happened to Carmine Variali and Frank Santoro last Thursday on Bath Avenue in Bensonhurst. Saturday night, another hit about 20 blocks away. Some other recent mob executions in Bensonhurst were Frank DeChico, blown up in his car last year. 2 more men shot a few months after that. Sal Scarfer's life ended execution style this January. So if you watch the news, you might get the idea that Bensonhurst is a place where mobsters come to get killed.
The streets will never love you back.
Time, if you lived to be 19, 21 years old, you're lucky. My neighborhood is very dangerous.
Hey, guys. Good to be back today. I'm sorry. I've been making you guys wait in the chat. The last couple of days has been really, really nice out. And I've been debating on coming on. And every so often, I'm always doing something. Whether I'm with my kids, whether I'm working, I'm doing something. But I wanted to come on. Actually, a couple of people called me yesterday. And they emailed me and asked me if I was coming on. I said, yeah, I should be on within an hour. And I never came on. But I owe an apology to all you people because you come on and you wait for me to come on. And I appreciate that very much. But I am going to be coming on more often. I'm getting my life in order, I can say, and just trying to make it a little more easier. But I'm glad I'm back here today with you guys. We got 42 people in the chat. Let me give a shout out to Boston J, Gary Monteleone, Roger Molina, Beck Brooklyn. Beck, what's up, baby? How's everything? Unverified Bear. Hey, JC, what's up? And to everyone who showed up today, thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate it. Now, we'll have some people come on and we'll chop it up with some people. I drop a link later on. But I also want to advertise this book. Okay, this is a book that I've been reading. I really like it. And actually, I'm actually being paid to advertise this book. But it is a good book, 100%. It's a really good book. You got to check it out. The name of this book is called The Life We Chose. It's a really good book. The author is Matt Burback. This is a book about William Big Billy D'Elia. Okay. And this has everything to do with the Pennsylvania crew, Russell Bufalino. He was a big shot. And it tells about this guy, Big Billy, how Russell Buffalino is teaching him the ropes to become a Don, a wise guy. But you got to check it out. It has a lot of photos in it. It's a really good book. I'm telling you, really good people. Has photos of Buffalino in there. A lot of old crime stories. This is a good one. But you got to check it out for sure. Check this out. Pick this up for sure. Check this out. Okay. So there's so much going on. I'll tell you, everything going on in the world, in life, and it don't seem like it's getting any better. And I guess, you know what? We can say the same thing for YouTube, right? It don't seem like it gets any better. You know, you have the good and you have the bad. William Haynes, thank you for the $10. I appreciate it. What's up, William? Thanks for showing up. Very kind of you. And it's always good to see you. And we had a conversation the other day, me and you. But YouTube, like I said, throughout the world, everywhere, it doesn't seem like it's getting better. You know, you try to be successful, you try to do the right thing, but there's always someone trying to block your path to success. But it's literally impossible. Nobody can block your path. That's for sure. Whatever is destined for you will be. And whatever is destined for me will be. But you know, I wanted to talk about a lot of things. I don't know how to say it in a way. A lot of people tell me, Jimmy, don't even say nothing because it don't concern you. You know, but the thing is, there's things going on YouTube that I really don't like. And the thing is, who am I, right? Who cares? Who cares what I like? But it's all about integrity, you know, the character of your person. You know, anyone who's calling out a woman, anyone who's calling out a child, those are evil people. You know, if you have a beef with somebody, and I could even talk for this about my enemies, even people who don't like me, viciously don't like me. You know what? And the ones that really know me, they know I would never, ever come after someone's mom or someone's children. It's not my character. And anyone who does that, you're losing your character and you're losing yourself because it's not right. And this is my platform where I try to make things right. You know, no one cares about me. I'm just a small timer with a small platform. But at the end of the day, I have morals. You know, I know right from wrong. I could come on here every so often, people get underneath my skin. Yeah, I go off every so often. But you know what? I try to learn from things. You know, I try to grow, make things better. But there's for example, you know what? Let's just leave it for now, I guess. I'm gonna leave it for now. But I'll tell you, so much crime going on in New York City. It's becoming ridiculous. A lot of guns out there. Be very careful. Look your surroundings. Keep your eyes open. And there's another book I wanted to mention. There's this other book that actually someone mailed to me. The name of this book is called No Wiretaps Required. The Mob Hits Social Media. Vito A. Torello and Brenda Beck. Okay, now this is a book where everything in this book is on social media. Everything we said is on social media. That's why it's called No Wiretaps Required. It's everything that came out of our mouth. Any wise guy that's on YouTube, any street guy that's on YouTube, okay, most likely you're probably in this book. So this is a quick book. It's a small book, short, but you can check it out. But don't forget to pick this book up, The Life We Choose by Big Billy D'Elia. This is a good read. Definitely gotta check it out for sure. The other one's just wiretaps on YouTube. So let's see. I'm gonna drop a link. Let me see if I could get a co-host on here to co-host with me. What do you think, guys? You want to co-host? Let me see. Okay. Copy, paste. Jump in the chat. Johnny M. Jimmy, great to see you. You Power Punch. Are you going to address slime? You know what? That's the thing. Okay, let me You're so right, Jimmy. New York City has become a cesspool. Yeah, New York City's bad. In all honesty, you know what I want to do? I want to move to a small town. Then everybody listen to that new song, Try It in a Small Town. I tell you, I love that song. I really do. That's a great song. Gary Monteleone. I wish I could, but I'm watching from work. Robert Kovac. Jimmy, you're so right. So that one. William Haynes. Jimmy, do you not owe anyone an explanation? Speak your mind. Screw them. Thank you, William. That's exactly how I feel, you know. I just feel like sometimes people, what they do is they want to bring me into this beef. It's something I don't want to be a part of. You know, I got children. I think I'm a little older than these guys. You know, I'm going to be 54 years old this year. So I'm getting up there. So, you know, it's something where I don't want to put my my time into anything that's negative. I'm sure a lot of people understand. You know, I got children. Big G, 484. What's up, Big G? Always good to see you in my chat. Definitely a pleasure. You're a big supporter. Thank you. American Smoke. Salute from Amsterdam. I enjoy your show. Hey, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Salute to Amsterdam. One day I'd like to come down to Amsterdam. If you're ever in New York City, reach out to me. Love to sit down when you have a drink. Let's see. Don Vito. Is New York as bad now as it was back in the past? You know, I think it's a little worse. I think back in the day, back in the past, it was bad, but they were controllable. You know, people knew how far they can go. Not no more. Jimmy, you put FBS on the map. I can't believe he threw you under the bus. And I knew I was going to get a lot of this. I spoke about this before I even got on with someone. And you know what? I'm not sure if he threw me under the bus. You know, when you say that, I appreciate, you know, you looking out, but I'm not sure if he threw me under the bus. You know, I really didn't speak to FBS, in all honesty. You know, he never reached out. All this thing, I also wanted to talk about, you know, people talk about recording phone calls. Okay. Me personally, I never recorded a call in my life. I never tape recorded nobody. Okay. So it just goes to show you the type of person I am. I would never lead anyone into a conversation that's going to hurt somebody. That's not me. And anyone who knows me knows that's not me. Whatever I did in my life, I did it for a reason. Okay. That reason was to get out, and that's where I am. I'm out. Okay. I got a new life now. But I'm not sure if he threw me under the bus. Yeah, Jimmy, I hear you're tired of getting put in the middle of stuff. And that's the thing, you know what? If you notice, if anyone who keeps track, and that's been on my page for the last 2 years, people always want to throw my name in there because I guess my name sells. My name is profitable, right? So you use my name and you get a profit. What are we all on YouTube for? We're all on YouTube for the fact of to create some kind of content, create some art, or maybe send a good message, help somebody along the way. But also monetary wise, we're here because of money, right? This is the incentive, money. That's everyone's incentive. from the biggest guy to the smallest guy. Everyone's incentive here is to earn money. And sometimes to earn money, what you need to do is you got to put the blinders on, and you got to go for the bag. You got to go straight and forget about all the riffraff and all the nonsense and just keep on focusing and going straight. I have not been focusing. I've been working, trying to get my life together, getting little things going on, making something happen along the way. But it's all about making a dollar, right? That's what we all want to do, make a couple of dollars. And money is like gasoline. It gets you to where you got to go. So that's what we're all here for. Let me see, Rachel, what is she saying? At least the stand-up guy went to bat for you. You should at least say thank you to him. The stand-up guy? Well, thank you, stand-up guy. I'm not sure... I don't keep up to date on a lot of things. Every so often, even if I'm in someone's chat, I come in, I might say, hello, how are you? And I'm not corresponding as far as, what's going on as far as the chat. So please understand that. If you get on a call with 20 pieces, you can expect for your phone call to be recorded. But I think that's a lot of people. I think a lot of people are recording phone calls, and I'm sure in the future we'll find out who's recording calls. I just feel like that's, anyone who does that, they're looking to hurt somebody. That's just what I feel. It's not, you're not recording somebody to protect yourself, because if you want to protect yourself, don't even talk to that person. If you feel like you're on a phone with somebody that you can't trust, then you know what? You're right. You can't trust that person. That's how simple it is. Jimmy, the whole world is about getting views on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. Everyone wants to be a star nowadays. Well, you know what? If you have a lot of good content, look, you get paid for this, right? You throw some content up and you get paid for this. It's not a bad deal. Put some good content and just keep on being consistent. Just keep on going. And eventually, you know what? You'll build yourself a channel. But what else is going on out there? Boston J, Beck, what's going on with you guys? So crime is up in New York City in all 5 boroughs. Yes, it is. All right, guys. Look, I dropped the link. Anybody want to come on? Come on. Come chop it up with me. Come on. We'll get into the discussion. Now, I also want to talk about, look, I see people talking about my channel, where my channel was, how my channel is doing. What do people care how I'm doing? If you're so concerned, seriously, you should come say hello. So many people are concerned about how I'm doing, how my channel is. These people try to destroy you. They try to knock your channel down. Kidding me? And then they want to comment on your channel. Kidding me? Boston Jay's always picking on me, Jimmy. Brooklyn Beck. William Haynes, enjoying my last couple of days on vacation. See, that's the link. No one should be made to feel guilty for making honest living. Yes. Jimmy Howard. Who's this? How are you? Hi. Who's that? Mikey? Mikey who? Mikey, you want to come on? Come on. Great film, that Once Upon a Time in America. That really was a great film, wasn't it? You see, I put that up, Saturday Night Special, meaning a Saturday Night Special 38 special. And then I put the picture of Noodles and the kid who gets killed in the beginning of the movie, the young kid. And then he says, I slipped, Noodles, I slipped. That's a great film, I tell you. Let's see. Mikey says, give me a few minutes. Is that Mikey likes it? Haven't seen you in a while. Joey Smokes is coming, Jimmy. Oh, good. Bring him on. My father's favorite movie. It's one of my favorite movies, too. Johnny the Truth Teller. Why do you think your channel's failing? Well, it's not that my channel's failing. My channel is not growing for the fact of I'm not consistent. If I went on twice a day, you would see how fast my channel would blow up. I just don't have no time right now, twice a day. I try to make it a couple times a week, but if I could get on twice a day, you'll see how fast my channel blows up. Crystal Ward, how are you? It's always good to see you. Jimmy, how far away did you live from friends and veterans? Would things have been different with the Gambinos? No, definitely not. Growing up, I was around a lot of Gambino guys, but later on, no. But the Lucchese's was, that would have been the crew I would have been with, for the fact that I had good people at that time. But that life is over. Let me see if Mikey comes on. Maybe we can get Mikey Scars on here one day. What do you think, guys? Do we get Mikey Scars on here? Huh? Mikey Scars, I haven't seen Mikey Scars in a long time. The last time I saw Mikey Scars, I seen him on 86th Street and 11th Avenue in a Mercedes-Benz off the corner. That's the last time I saw him in the street. Mikey Scars. Here's one. Hello from Romania. Hello, Romania. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Send our love to Romania. Thank you, Crystal Ward. Thank you. We appreciate it. Jimmy just does not go on between work and raising his kids. No, I would love to come on more often. I really do. I do want to come on more often, for sure. Sammy Brantano. Jimmy, do you still speak to Sammy? Would be great if you could get him on. You know what? I really don't talk to Sammy. I don't speak to him. But I would love Sammy to come on. I asked Sammy a couple of times. I'm going to be honest with you people. I'm a very honest guy. I hide nothing. Believe me, there's nothing to lie about. It's all bullshit. I was friendly with Sammy. I went to go visit him. And then after I went to go visit him, I corresponded back and forth. And then eventually, I don't know, we lost touch. I guess things happened along the way. But, Sammy's invited to come on anytime. He goes on everyone else's show. But I don't think he'll come on my show. I'm saying there's a lot of haters out there. For the fact of because I was a member of the Bath Avenue crew. And to me, I'm the realest guy out there, 100%. I was involved in everything there is as far as crime. Not proud of it. Definitely not. But this is the reason why these people dislike me and hate me. Because I am the truth. Everything I say is true. Okay? From all the crimes I was involved in, the crimes my friends were involved in, growing up around wise guys, all this, and being involved in murder, bank robberies, all this nonsense, okay? And by me making the decision to come forward and to get out of that life, for me, That was a huge thing. A huge thing. And with the support of the people behind me, my loved ones, my family, thank God I made that decision. And I'll stand on it. And I'll never regret my kids ever. I love those kids more than anything. Bitty beep. Hey, Jimmy, I saw someone on another chat calling themselves Joe Calco. Do you think it's the real Joe Calco? No. Joe don't got time for this nonsense. Joey is working, trying to maybe create a business. You know, look, when you become 54, 55, and you're involved in the nonsense we were involved in, and you grow up and you do a lot of time in prison, you don't want to be bothered with this shit. I'm saying people have fun with this. People making money off of my name, other people's names. But this is, this is not something where we're going to go underneath a fake name, make believe with somebody else. That's just ridiculous. No, he wouldn't do that. I know he wouldn't. My regulars at the bar love this show as I do. Nothing like a glass of Johnny Walker Blue and Jimmy Calandra toner like his. Thanks, William. I appreciate it. Joey Calc was doing hard time in Florida State Prison. Is he right now? Roger Molina, is he right now? Or you just said that? You're not sure. This is Gunslinger. Remember me like 2 years ago with Whitey Bulger? I still watch your channel. Gunslinger, what's up, baby? How's everything? Thanks for showing up, man. You could come on, man. I drop a link. You could come on if you want. Salute, Jimmy. How do you think the Tommy Karate lies affected your channel? Well, you know what? The thing is, they're not lies. The Tommy Karate wasn't lies. That's the thing. Who said they were lies? People from the internet, people that don't know me. Let me get someone from the neighborhood to say they were lies, okay? And I still stand in that, okay? I didn't know Tommy Karate in passing. I didn't know him as good as Paulie G, and I didn't want to know him. But all the other wise guys I knew. And that is a true story that I said about Tommy Karate. Whether it was 1, 2, 3 of them, all of them are true, 100%. And you'll read it in the book. And it's going to be carved in concrete in the book. So whoever don't like it, that's for you. One of these for you, okay? We ain't taking no prisoners no more. We don't care about what that one says, what this one feels, how that one feels. We don't care no more, I've been following you since you opened your channel. Your name is Romanian word. We Romanian people are cousins with the Italians. God bless, baby. You could be my cousin anytime. How's that? It was a joke to pick. He knew Tommy in the neighborhood. Thank you, Dawn Blazelash, which I probably know you. Who knows? But I would love to have someone from the neighborhood come on my show. Someone personally from the neighborhood that can explain the neighborhood. Because these people that are not from the neighborhood could never, ever understand the neighborhood. You have to grow up in the neighborhood to understand the neighborhood. We got 108 people in the chat. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's throw 300 in here. Keep it going. 110 now. Keep it going. Let's go. David Lancaster. Hi, guys and fair ladies. Got here late, but gotta say I fell in love with Jennifer Connelly as she practiced dancing in Once Upon a Time in America. Yeah, that was a great scene. Jennifer Connelly. A lot of big actors in Once Upon a Time in America. Crystal Ward, have a great Saturday, Jimmy. Love everything you do. You're amazing. Keep up the good work. You're inspirational. Thank you. Thank you so much, Crystal. And William Haynes, I told my brother to let them know what we talked about. And those fellas are like, yeah, we will host them. We will host them. Yeah, definitely. I'd like to come down there for sure. Leon Swann. If I come on, I will have my 5th month unemployed vacation. Goatee, no haircut. I would have to wear my hat. Do it. You're welcome to come on anytime, baby. Oh yeah, Joey Smokes. Joey Smokes is gonna come on. Okay, Joe, give me a minute. And I dropped the link. Cyrus, Jimmy, what do you do to keep positive in these times? I tell you, it's a great question. What do you do to keep positive in these times? What you do is put yourself around positive people. That's number one. You have to put yourself around positive people, because if you put yourself around negative people, you're not going to go nowhere. Okay. You have to stay positive and have good people around you at all times. Okay. There's an old saying, you start hanging out with shit, you start smelling like this shit. And that's what happened to me. I was hanging out with shit. I smelled like shit, cleaned it off, and you move on in life. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't know about moving on. You got to move on. I'm saying that circle of friends you have, if they're not doing it for you, then you got to move on and find a life for yourself and do something for yourself. It's okay. Romanians are Romans. They are Latin European descendants from Rome. Boston J. Okay. Let's see what we got over here. Okay. Sammy Brantano. This mob tube genre is like back in day. You couldn't trust anyone. I think Jimmy and Mikey Scars are the only ones on here that don't flip-flop and are genuine. Well, I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Thank you. And, you know, I know Mikey Scars since I was a kid, so I could tell you a little bit about Mikey Scars. And don't get me wrong. Look, I looked up to Mikey, you know, and whatever his story is, as far as him in the street, I can tell you, Mikey was a good guy. He really was. Mikey Scars was a good guy. He wasn't one of those scumbag guys. He wasn't a killer guy. He wasn't a vicious guy. He was he was a wise guy, gambler, an earner, made tons of money. But he wasn't one of those guys you had to worry about him sneaking you and killing you. He wasn't one of those guys. That's for sure. David Grant. Hey, Jimmy, when I get back to the Bronx from Florida later this year, I'll like to hook up with you and Tommy Dades. Keep taking care of yourself and your beautiful family, my friend. Thank you, Devin. I appreciate it. Cyrus, I was hanging out with negative people. The positive ones are hard to find. Yeah, you know what? They're really not. They just, you know, when you find them, you got to keep them. Pat Travelino, Jimmy, I grew up in a neighborhood, 84th and 17th. Okay, you don't want to keep on asking me for the picture, right? The photo? Yeah, I got to get that to you. Boston J, Just Jules, good to see you. Let's see, Roger Molina was Mikey Scars more honorable than Sparrow. No, you can't say that. I don't know about that. But I have, let's see, let's put Leon Swann on. Let's throw him on, okay? Leon, what's up, baby?
Oh, not much, man. I might not be able to hear you too well, but I think you can hear me better than the last time we did this 2 years ago.
Yeah, how's everything with you?
Well, everything is all right down here. I'm kind of taking a little vacation from working, but I gotta go get a job because I don't have my military pension, which would be nice to have. But it's all right. It's all right, man.
Yeah, the last time you were on, we were talking about Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, I was in a little kind of a little co-op with a guy with another channel. I don't know if I think you remember Mafia Truth, and we were trying to actually get it to Netflix, and was actually going to make a series, like you know how Netflix been doing all these things with Jeffrey Dahmer and this, Richard Ramirez. I kind of would like to show people another side of Whitey. I know he's a monster, but there was another side of Whitey I'd like to show people, so it might happen.
Well, hopefully it happens. Listen, it's very hard to get any kind of deal today.
Yeah, but hey, they just came up with they're doing a series about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. But I guess because it's Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, yeah, they'll put money in that.
Big G 484. Hi, Leon. Big G says hello to you.
Hey, what's up? Lord. Hey, can I go get an airbug real quick? For some reason, the sound is not coming out too good. I'm going to put in airbugs and see if it gets better. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead.
Real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah, Leon, the last time he was on, we spoke about Whitey Bulger. He spent some time with Whitey Bulger. This guy's a really decent guy. I like him. Very polite. Let's see what was Carl Gambino the most successful mob boss in history. I don't know about that. I don't know. He was definitely he goes down in history for sure. One of the great mob bosses, the Gambino crime family, 100%. I don't know. You got Vito Genovese. You had a lot of guys, that were really, good at what they did in their profession as far as being wise guys. Joe Doves. Let me see Joe Doves. I got 117 people in the chat. Let me see.
Okay. Can you guys hear me a little better?
Where's Leon? It looks like Florida or Miami. Leon, where you at? In Florida?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Good.
I'm in actually St. Thomas, the United States Virgin Islands.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein's his island's not too far. Yeah, it's sold anyway.
Thank you, David Lancaster. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is yes. My older brother's Teamsters, 710 Chicago. Let's see. Calling me a ton of harm, never spent a day in jail. That's how successful they were. Yes. So what's new with you?
Well, not much. I was doing security, and a lot of people don't have a lot of respect for security people, like in the club areas and the restaurants and stuff. And not even your employer, the people who hire security people, in my case, or down here in the islands, they don't have no respect for security. So if something major goes down, they blame security for everything. So there was a situation with violent individuals at a nightclub in the area where I work. I've had to deal with this individual many times. He has no understanding. And it kind of went left. He jumped in his truck, rammed my car, and I might have pulled out something that made a lot of noise as he drove away. Like a Die Hard movie, pretty much.
Let me ask you something. In the Virgin Islands, can you get away with something like that?
Well, this is the reason why I don't judge Whitey Bulger too much.
Okay.
I was in the military, and I'd have liked to have been a cop myself. I would have joined the police department if I could. But I made mistakes, went down the rabbit hole. But I know cops, and there's a lot of cops who respect me and like me. So when you know cops and cops respect you, they tend to just walk away from situations instead of arresting you. Click, click.
I got you.
So that's why I said that's what Whitey Bulger was doing. He had crooked cops and crooked FBI agents. That's what you're supposed to do as a gangster, right? That's what keeps you out of jail.
Yep.
So what they did was these companies, these clubs and nightclubs and hotels, everybody doesn't want to get sued. So what they do now is they just get rid of you, or what they do is you don't directly work for the hotel or the club. Your security company is like a subcontracted. So the company tells the security company to get rid of you or to move you somewhere else. That's what they do, I noticed down here. So that's why I don't even want to get another security job, because why throw me underneath the bus if anything goes wrong? I don't agree with it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, what? Security, it's good to get good security these days, especially what's going on now with with all this shoplifting.
Exactly.
if you're security at the door, you see someone shoplifting, trying to get out of there with a full bag of goods. What are you gonna do? You're gonna let them go? You're gonna stop them? What are you gonna do?
Well, this is what they try. This is like a double-edged sword I experienced in this. What they do is they try to tell you, oh, call the police, right? But guess what? The response time of the police department down here in the island is about at least 30 minutes. So what they want you to do, they want you to they kind of egg you to do something. But when something goes wrong, you're to blame and they fire you. And then if you don't do nothing, it's like you didn't do anything, but you did do nothing. So it's like a double-edged sword to me.
Yeah, it's hard. I'll tell you, there's not much law and order today. You know, a lot of crime going on. You know, no one listens. There's even the cops, but even the cops are bad today. Kidding me?
Yeah. You know, when I was at in Coleman too, in Florida with Whitey Bulger, you know how many crooked cops are in Coleman prison? I mean, I met guys who are LAPD SWAT, ex-FBI agents got caught with kiddie porn. Yeah, there's a bunch of cops. There's plenty of cops in court. I even had to tell Whitey Bulger one time. This guy, he was asking me about this guy, like he kind of acted a little way. I had to tell him, man, that dude's an ex-cop, bro. He was like California Police Department, Sheriff Department, and he was doing hits for the cartel in California. So my philosophy with law enforcement is you just put a badge on before you got caught. That's all. So, and I give them that. I give you props for that. But so therefore, you shouldn't be judging people so much because you just put a badge on before you got caught. Now, let's just be real. That's what it is. Mm-hmm.
Yep, crooked cops. When I was a kid in my neighborhood, the cops were on the take, but they were working with the local outfit, and our neighbor was clean and safe. Yes, that's how it was. But you know what? Those guys kept it safe. But those guys were monsters too. But those guys, they kept the neighborhood safe. But who knows all the people those guys killed?
Exactly. Well, law enforcement has gotten a lot better than it was back. Even Whitey Bulger told me himself, you can't do the things he was doing back then today. It's it's a whole different world. Back then, the cops and FBI agents were crooked. You can corrupt them. He was a corrupter. And you can't really do that today, That's what it is.
Sonny Money, what's up, pal? How's everything?
Well, like I said, I'm actually want to I'm more of an audio visual person. Some people actually wanted me to write a book, which I'm actually thinking about it as well. It'll be called Me and the Monster, doing time with Whitey Bulger, basically. But I actually want to show a series, a documentary series, like when he was growing up in Southie, he went in the military, he actually wanted to go in the Army. But at that time, the Air Force just started. So they were actively taking you out of the Army and put you in the Air Force. And that's what happened to Whitey. He actually wanted to be infantry. He was a real gung-ho kind of guy. Like I told you, there's a lot to Whitey Bulger I would like to show behind the monster,
Carol Bionde, don't you think all the tough guys who have now seen the light should band together to stop all the wrongs we need to right? We need a movement. Absolutely. I love that. That even rhymes. You're a poet and you know it, Carol.
Don't you realize I watch a lot of these shows? I watch your show. I watch Mikey Scars. I watch Fat Andy's son show, Anthony Ruggiano. I watch everybody. Don't you see everybody changes? Same thing with Whitey. Everybody changed. Whitey was pro-police, pro-law. All the gangsters, when you get older, we all change. After 20, 30 years, we're not the same person we were 20, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? When we're young and stupid, we do things and wild, gung-ho, that was me. But as you get older, no, you can't have it.
Leon, check it out. There's a message for you over there. Check it out.
Okay.
Hey, Jimmy, tell Leon I grew up on St. Thomas Yusvik, graduated from Endora Keene High School, 1981. Leon, if you need a hookup, because I know everybody from Governor Byron to Senator Potter, my high school classmate. There you go.
Yeah, actually, I do.
Yeah, there you go. You got a hookup.
Well, thank you.
If you can, I
Let me see, Devon Grant.
Yeah, Devon
What
Grant.
actually? Yeah, I'm gonna look him up in Facebook. I don't know if you got a Facebook account, but what I'm actually want to do is actually those same police officers who helped me out with the situation I told you 5 months ago with the very loud cap gun I had. Cap gun. I actually been talking to a lot of police officers, retired, and they actually were trying to help me because President Biden comes down to St. Croix pretty much Christmas time sometimes. I actually want to get a presidential pardon if I can get a presidential pardon from President Biden to fix, my past military situations, drinking, chasing women is what I was doing.
He just
and
might
it kind of backfired.
You never know with him. He might give you one. This guy.
Yeah, I'm actually got some people. I'm supposed to be writing the letters. I got all my whole criminal background, the FBI background thing to show everything I did. All my stuff was basically a military court-martial, which I got railroaded, and my little gun smuggling operation because I'm a gun nut. I love guns. Hey, you're not gonna stop that. Nothing wrong with loving guns if you can get your Second Amendment rights. Yeah,
they come and plus they come in handy. They save lives.
Yeah, I see gun as not a life taker, but a life saver. Exactly.
That's what it is. It's a life saver. You put in the right hands, it saves lives. Absolutely. Put in the wrong hands.
Exactly.
I want to wish Gary Monteleone. Today's my wife's birthday. Jennifer, happy birthday to you. Today's your birthday. It's my birthday too. Okay. May you live to be 100 years old, and I'm the last face you see. Happy birthday. Enjoy your life.
Thank you. That's good.
But I'll tell you, it's the last time you came on, I mean, you said that you felt very comfortable with Whitey Bulger, that he became a friend of yours.
Yeah, we were actually good friends. Yeah, we were actually. I actually say we were good friends.
I could picture that because when you're doing prison time, people don't understand how other people come together. I'm saying, people have certain things in common. You come together. Of course, friendships are hard to find in prison. If you come across any, people take them very seriously. I'm saying you try to hold on to them. Unless that person, does something wrong and he's a snake. I'm saying, you got a lot of those too. But in prison, you have a lot of good people. You know what I mean? And these people open up, and that's when you really get to know somebody. I mean, because they're fighting a battle, what they're going through, and you can see how they're handling it.
Yeah. For the whole audience, I want who has never been to prison or never been in trouble, don't be so quick to judge, especially people who haven't done extremely violent crimes, people who hasn't murdered or dismembered people, and stuff like that, or child molesters, which we do not condone. But for a lot of petty stuff, I mean, when a lot of people are not perfect, I mean, don't judge people just like nowadays. A lot of people don't want to hire me. I don't know if they do my background check and they see that I was in trouble or went to prison, whatever, and they don't want to hire me. But guess what? I was still a jet engine mechanic in the Air Force. I still work on F-15s, F-16s. I still have knowledge that, can be applied to out here. How can you blackball somebody, not giving them a decent job just because they've been to prison? Don't you think that'll make them do crime and make them get in trouble and go back to prison? You can still hear me, right? Yep.
Yes, I hear you.
Good. I learned a lot. I've been doing more interviews since yours. Yours was actually the first interview, and I've learned to let me be quiet, let you talk, let other people talk. The two people don't talk over each other.
Yeah, you know what it is when you're doing those interviews. You got to let people talk. You got to listen. And you learn. I guess you learn as you go along.
Exactly. That was the first time for me. I think that was actually one of your first times you let somebody did this this stream thing, StreamYard, and had a interaction. Plus,
yeah, that's almost like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was going on 2 years. Yeah. The reason I didn't get a hold of, I didn't really tell nobody is right after Whitey died, I got into a situation that they locked me up for 21 months with no evidence. They tend to do that in the Virgin Islands. Yeah, it's bad. The criminals wear suit and ties as well down here. Everybody's a criminal. That's why I say, it's just who put on a government job before they get caught.
All the criminals are wearing suit and ties in Washington, D.C., right? They're bought.
Exactly.
They're bought and paid for. Every single one of them are bought and paid for.
What I see go on now is corporate thugging. Everybody gets these high position jobs, and now they're gangsters in the office. They're gangsters in the cubicle. They're gangsters in the conference room. So that's why I watch gangsters like you, Mikey Scars, Samuel. They're gangsters themselves, but they just don't have a criminal record. They're gangsters too.
And the thing is they got the hook, They're gangsters that they get away with everything. I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's the thing. They get away with everything, It's a double-edged sword over here. They have a law for them and they have a law for us.
Exactly.
Same thing with Hunter Biden, for example. Look at Hunter Biden. This guy is a criminal, but you know what? I mean, he's guilty, and they make him take pleas and 0 prison time, maybe less than something we would do. I mean, if that was us, forget about it. They nail us to the cross. Kidding me? They would destroy us. But let me give a shout out to Big G, 848. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, Big G. It means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. And Jimmy, you keep on doing your show, man. You know what? You do you. Don't let nobody judge you. Don't let nobody. Guess what? Cooperators and rats. And over 90% of all these thugs and gangsters on the streets are rats. Don't people realize that? So don't even. Don't even study that.
Look, and that's the thing. These people, I tell you, how someone feels about me, I can't control the way you feel about me. But these people, they must not like themselves, because anyone that wants to put their attention on me, I'm saying, and think that attention ain't going to be on them, they're totally wrong, because, look, nobody likes ugly or evil people. I'm saying the world is full of garbage cans, but you got to pick and choose the good ones. You got to pull them out and pick them, and and those are the ones you got to keep.
Exactly. Exactly, man. I could tell you have a good heart. That's why I've been watching you for the longest. You're probably the first mob channel I've been watching, and don't just do you, man, and just do you, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, and look, you know what? It's hard. Look, it's hard every so often because, look, we're all fighting battles. I'm saying some of us are fighting battles in our head,
Exactly.
And then you have these people. You have people that want to attack you. Meanwhile, they need to look at their lives. I'm saying and start fixing themselves before they want to attack somebody else. They can't even get their own shit together. I'm saying seriously. I mean, they want to point fingers at you or somebody else. They need to get their own shit together. Point fingers at themselves. Look at your life. Look how fucked up your life is, and you're focused on someone else. Kidding me?
Exactly. There's a lot of hypocrites in this world, man. Everybody, hypocrisy and just judgment. You just gotta ignore it, man.
No, absolutely. You have to ignore it for sure.
Ignore it. Yeah. But you have a good. I like your energy, your vibes. You can tell you're an honest person. You say what it is. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But this is what I am. This is how I am. And when you're a person who doesn't put on an act the way they want you, they hate you. The world hates real people.
And you know what? And look, this is the reason why you get so much hate. And it's the truth, because a couple of people said this already. When I come on here, I stay positive. Okay? What I do is I give you a positive vibe. Okay, I don't want no negativity. If there's something we could discuss, if there's something I can help you along the way, any way I can, I'm saying that's what I'm here for. I'm saying because the thing is, there's a lot of people, whether on YouTube, whether just a lot of people in general, you know what? They never did nothing for nobody. I'm saying they never did nothing for nobody. They seen people in their own company, in their own family struggling. They never knocked on the door and brought them groceries. They never did nothing for nobody. They only care about themselves, you know. And you know what? They need to fix their lives before they focus on someone else and point the finger at somebody else. Seriously.
Yeah. That's why, like I said, I've been unemployed, which sounds so bad, but oh well, for about 5 months now, and it's actually been so therapeutic. I love it. It's like I don't even want to find a job. I can't deal with bosses. I just don't want to deal with people. It's just I'm at peace. For these 5 months, it's been peace. I love it.
How can you? But the thing is, how can you survive out there not working? How do you do it? How do you survive?
Well, first things first. My mother passed away about 3 years, unfortunately, and she built pretty much an apartment building with a house, and it's paid off. So I've been living, property tax. I pay property tax, but that's only not that much a year. And I got her car. It's free. It was paid off. So that I don't pay rent, don't pay car notes, and I just basically have to feed myself. Which I've had property, and that's all I'm going to say, that I've been selling off. Because the government doesn't like me like that. But I'm trying to fix things in the past. But I've been property in the States that I've been selling off, and that's how I've been. But the last one has been sold, so now I have to go find a job probably next month.
Yeah, because over here in the States, everything's so expensive today. It's so expensive. Rent is expensive. Everything's expensive. Look, I don't even know how people get by. I look back on my parents' life, my grandparents' life, and in all honesty, I don't know how they did it, because back in the day, all you needed was one parent to work. Now today, you need two incomes to come in. I'm saying rents today are insane in New York City. Like, they think it's so beautiful here. In all honesty, like I said before, I want to move to a small town. I want to move to a small town. I want to get out of the city garbage. I mean, you know what? The city's look, it's nice, it's convenient. You walk out the door, you got transportation, you got a bus, you got a train. But listen, I'm more into the animals now. I'm saying I want to open up my door. I want to maybe see a deer, little cats in the front, maybe a dog. I'm getting older, so a little more peace in my life.
Unless you're living in Long Island, out away from the 5 boroughs, you're basically in concrete jungle, man, and that's not cool, man. Like me, I was stationed in Hampton, Virginia. Like Langley, there's a base called Langley Air Force Base, Hampton, Virginia, Southern Virginia. And one thing I loved about Virginia, it was like if you wanted city's right there. But when you wanted country, like you're talking about, where your neighbors about maybe a half a mile away, and you got deer and stuff, and you can have some privacy. It was basically right across the street, so you can have city and country right next door to each other. That's why Virginia will probably be the second place in America. If I ever move back to the States, it will either be Virginia or Florida, because I like that. If I want city, I got city, but when I want country, it's right there waiting for me.
I got another guy I'm gonna put on here, Mikey. Mikey likes it. Oh, Mikey.
What's up, brother Jimmy?
How's everything?
Good. Yourself? Happy birthday. I didn't know it was your birthday.
Thanks. Hey, how's mom and dad?
Everybody's good. Thank God. Everybody's fine. Thank you for asking.
Good.
But
yeah, haven't spoke to you in a while. We spoke maybe might have been last month or something, but I haven't spoke since then. I haven't spoke to you in a long time. But how's everything with you? What's going on in your life?
Busy working. Just busy working. Like you said, you need 3 incomes really to survive over here. In New York. That's it. Just busy working, making money. That's all. I agree with you. I want to get out of here too. I want to move to some place in the country, or tired of New York. Once you live here, you're born and raised there all your life, you get tired. You want something different. I understand what you're saying. Move out to the, to the country, to the wilderness, whatever. You know what I mean? But Yeah, but
Yeah,
what I'm
that's-
looking at is nice right now over here. The water over here. You see the water? See the
Yeah,
boats?
see that? Nice.
It's nice
We got
over here.
What are you at the beach or something?
No, I can't tell nobody. You know, I'm in an undisclosed area. You know, if I told you, I'd have to take you out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just enjoy the view while you got it here. You understand? That's all.
Yeah.
Who's on there with me now? Where's Joey D? I want to talk to Joey D. Tell him to pop on. It's been like 2 years since I've been on here with Joey D.
Joey D, you know what? He's coming. I'm waiting for him.
He's coming. I love Joe. Joey's a character, bro. I love his energy. I thought I was high strung. I can't match his energy. Forget about it. You understand? Joey's a nut job. You gotta love Joey.
Yeah, Joey's he's a good person, Joe.
Yeah.
You gotta just listen every so often.
Yeah, I know. Forget it. It's like I understand, but you gotta love him. He's all right.
Look at this.
Who's on here now? Leon's on here still?
That's Leon. Yes, Leon's on here.
Yeah, I'm still here. You see, I'm letting
Leon.
you talk.
Yeah, how are you? I remember your story. Yeah, I remember your story when you were on here. The Whitey Bulger.
Yeah,
that was interesting. Very interesting.
I was calling myself gunslinger. I didn't know if I wanted to put myself out there, but I think everybody, who cares? The government, they already done got all these cell phones and laptops and tablets wired anyway. They already don't know what you're doing before you even do it. So who cares? Yeah.
Yeah, they know where you are every minute, you know? Every minute.
Oh, trust me. They put about 14, 15 years ago when I was doing my thing, they put a helicopter right on top of my house. And I was unplugging all my GPS and laptop and stuff because I was like, they probably didn't know exactly what it was. But the helicopter with GPS put it right over my house. So yeah.
Where over in the States or
in the Virgin Islands? No, in the Virgin Islands.
Oh no shit. Yeah.
You see,
I got
this is a thing.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish, Leon. Go. Go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing.
No, Jay. Well, I would just tell people like, you know,
Leon, do your thing.
I'm a gun nut. I have a gun fetish, and I was trying to bring my gun collection back to the Virgin Islands to hide. I don't rob people. I don't kill people. I just believe in self-defense in my home. And I was doing pretty good until I got too friendly with some street dummies, some young people, ignorant, stupid, who don't have no intelligence. I know. I used to dip in the dark waters. Yeah, I know. And I invited him into the operation, and he destroyed everything, got me caught, ratted on me, and went home. And I did 6 years in prison. And that's why I was at Coleman 2. I'd never talked to nobody. Everybody at Coleman 2 is not a cooperator, not a child molester, not an ex-cop, not anything. It's just that they actually put a lot of ex-military at Coleman. So I think because I used to be in the military, they look at your background and be like, you know what? Send him to Coleman 2. And that's how I get to meet Whitey Bulger my last year there. And we just end up talking and became good friends, you know. And you know, I kind of just want to show people the other side. But go ahead.
Hey, Leon, isn't it amazing that, think about it, okay? They brought this guy. Where did they kill him? What prison did they kill him in?
In Hazleton.
They made this guy
Pennsylvania,
come
right?
PA? Look, hey, in all honesty, the Fed set him up.
They did.
100%. They set him up 100% because he had a lot of information on FBI, and that's why they killed him, because he had a lot of information.
Out of Whitey Bulger's mouth himself. That's why I want to make this documentary to show the whole. I'll even show how they killed him. I had guys who were right there when it happened in Hazleton. I got a guy. He was right there. He looked in the window and saw Whitey Bulger's body. So I know everything that happened. And I want to show the world what they did.
Hey, Leon, you got a YouTube channel? You got a YouTube channel?
No, I don't. I get PTSD from a lot of this tech stuff. That's why I applaud Jimmy for doing this stuff. But
I heard the story from you before, or somewhere you told the story. Could have been right here on this channel, though, maybe. I'm not sure, but I heard you telling the story about this.
Well, it was this channel, and I was doing a project with a channel called his name is Loomis Santoro from Mafia Truth, and we were actually getting in touch with him. Yeah, probably. Yeah, because I was telling a lot, telling too much, like stuff that I have to be compensated.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. They'll come after you next. You know what I mean?
Nah, I ain't scared. I ain't scared. I'm not scared. Hey,
man, like Joey, think alike.
Smoke.
Look where I'm at, brother.
There you go.
Look, the lake.
Hey,
look.
How are you?
Ain't that nice? Hey, Leon, it's an all reunion. Leon, from back in 2 years ago.
Hey,
We jump back. It's back in the old Jimmy Classic days. Live days.
I know. It's been 2 years.
Yeah, man, 2 years. I
It's
remember when you
good.
first jumped on. That's why the time I jumped on.
Yeah, I
Hey,
remember that. I watched the show afterwards.
that's
Yeah.
right, man. The OG. The OG still
Hey,
around. The real
I
one is
just
still
feel that
here.
the truth needs to be told of what they did to Whitey. I just don't agree with what they did, sending him to be hastily murdered. It just doesn't sit right with me. I was a veteran. He was an Air Force veteran. We have to remember that. And as veterans, we look out for each other. I know he did wrong, and he's paying the price. But the government needs to be exposed. They do this to people. They even set me up one time while I was in Coleman to be almost killed. Yeah, in a cell with a guy, because if they don't like you, there's a
Yeah.
correction officer who's doing life in prison right now, a former female correction officer at Coleman. She's doing life in prison because she sent a guy in a cell who was murdered by another cellmate on purpose. They do this stuff. So if you don't think they don't do it, you're sheep and you're naive. They're doing this stuff. There's a correction officer who's doing life in prison in the feds for the same thing that what they did, Whitey Bulger.
Look at they
You're
doing
not,
it, Trump.
you're
Trump
not the
doing
judge, jury, and execution.
Look at they doing it. Trump. It's all political.
They're doing
It's
it,
all political.
and that's wrong.
But you got a
Sending
great
him,
story, man. You
yeah,
got a great story. You got a great story, man. I
yeah.
hope you could get
I'm
some
trying to
people
get it to
behind you.
Netflix.
It'd be a great because
Yeah,
you're coming from a different perspective from you in prison as a friend of his. It would be a really cool spin on that because there's all kind of movies and they look for new projects and maybe from a different angle. That's really cool, man. I always liked it when you first came on and I heard your story, man. I always
yeah,
was intrigued by it. It really was, man. Good. I'm glad to see you pop back on, man.
Hey, let me just.
yeah. I've been watching the show. Go ahead.
Yeah, we like you, man. We really do.
Hey, let me just do a quick shout out, okay?
Yeah.
Check it out. Do me a favor. Pick up this book, The Life We Chose. Okay, this is a book about this is a book about William Big Billy D'Elia, the last secrets of America's most powerful mafia family. Okay, this is about a guy who actually succeeded Buffalino, Russell Buffalino in PA. Okay, he became the boss. He succeeded Russell Buffalino. But it's a really good read. Check it out.
Oh, definitely, man.
Life We Chose. And I'm telling you, you'll really enjoy it. It's a nice
It's
photo.
on Amazon. You can get it on. Where can we get it? At
Amazon. Yes, you get it on Amazon.
Definitely. You're going to interview him? Are you going to interview him, Jimmy?
If he wants to, yes, I would interview him.
That would be great, man.
They're actually, they're actually paying me to advertise his book, so it's pretty cool.
That's cool, man. Oh, that's great. Nice, man. Definitely. What's the name of it again?
The Life We Chose.
Life We Chose. Definitely, man. I want to get that. You know, I always support everyone's Jimmy book out here, man.
It's a good read. Has a lot of photos in there.
I love it.
Got Russell Buffalino. There's Russell Buffalino.
Nice.
See him right there.
Nice.
That's him. The old man, Russell Buffalino. You got a lot of gangsters in here.
Nice.
It's a good read. You know, it's an old time story about the old mafia. You know?
Nice. Yeah, the old school.
Yeah. Check it out.
Nice. Definitely, man. Nice, brother.
Nice.
And,
because guess what, people? Everybody always want to talk mafia bad, but don't you think people in high government positions who are untouchable, aren't they mafia? They're basically Masons or whatever. That's a mafia to me. If you're in some type of organization where you look out for each other and you bend the rules, you're a mafia. That's a mafia.
Michael Francis wrote the book, Mafia and Democracy. That's what it's about.
Exactly.
The government acting as a mafia.
They are a mafia. So
the government,
I think it's hypocrisy.
Yeah, everyone pick up that book, Michael Francis. Governments act like a mafia.
Hey, Mikey likes it.
Mikey likes it. I can't believe he's back on here, Jimmy. I love Mikey likes it, man. That's my dude, man. He could tear down a furnace in one day and throw it back in his truck. You know what I mean?
You see, man. Hey, Mikey, Muggsy Siegel said hello.
Hey, all y'all in chat, man. I'm glad y'all here, man. I can't see the chat when I'm in here, but so I tell y'all, man, thanks for showing up, supporting Jimmy. And the real ones is here. We know him. Yeah.
Let's see the choice we make as men and women. Okay. Okay, yeah, so Mikey's done. All right. was like
Oh,
that.
he left. Did he leave?
Yeah,
He
I
might
saw-
have been on a boat. Maybe he caught a big fish out there or something.
yeah, maybe.
They caught a walleye. I'm out here by the lake too. He had the same thing on my mind. He had his on my mind. And let me check this out. These guys, here's what they be doing on this fence. You see this fence here? If you're in love, or sometimes people lost people, look what they do. They take a lock and they write their names on it. It's pretty cool, man. They take their lock and they write their names on it if they're married or something, and then they'll put a lock on here and lock up their relationship. So, you know, and you got some people here all the way down this boulevard on this pier. Oh, look how cute that dog
Right.
is. How you doing, y'all? How you doing? What's up, man? So look
There's
at that.
a
See,
there's
ain't
a
that cool?
situation with the locks and fence in
See, look at that
France.
one.
There's something like that in Paris, France as well.
Yeah, this is locked. My tag only be removed by Josh and Josh Castro, and sometimes they'll have the other person's name on it. Someone might have passed away, and they'll put this on there. It's really cool, man. I really like that fence. Time I'm down here, I check it out. But yeah, they have one in Paris. That's pretty cool. Maybe that's where they got.
Yeah, they got one in Paris.
I was wondering where they got the idea from. Really cool. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I used to come. This didn't look like this. We used to come out here and we would jump. It was just big metal. This was not like this. It was all like that. We'd walk out here. We're like 10 years old, 11 years old. We would come out here, way out there. You see, way out there, that's where it used to be. You could get out there and you swim out there, and it would be a big pipe, and we'd go climb up and we keep jumping off all day. And we jump off in here. We would go catch carp. It didn't look like this at all. It was no marina, just like plants out here. When we were kids, we drive our bikes out here and we run. We jump in the pond. We go catch sheep heads. Sometimes snag them on the back, and we making them a lot of my friends, we lived in the projects. When they go in the project, we would cook the sheep head and the carp and we dump some new stuff. You know? My friends that had the mothers rice and beans cooked already, put it in the bag, make pastelitos with them. But we would come out here and we would go to this place and jump. We said, go out here. It was nice, man. We just would jump all day, man, until it got. And you know, it was all, you know, so that's how you used to do things when you were kids back then. And when we're 10, 11 years old, 9, 8, 10, 11 years old, driving out here by ourselves and just jumping in all day. Like, you don't see that no more. You know what I mean? I ain't like that no doubt. You know what I mean? That was back in the day. I mean, I was. I mean, we come out here, none of it was like this. Just all woods like this. And we just come out here.
Hey,
Yeah.
Joey, Big G says hello.
Big G. Man. I'm glad to see you guys jump back on from the first day Jimmy talked doing his live. Really nice to see y'all, man. Really glad to see y'all still there. Good people, man. Good people. Yeah, the real ones. Not the fake ones. Look at it out here. How beautiful it is. The real one. The real one. Look how beautiful it is out here, man. You know?
Jimmy's a good dude, man. Jimmy's a good dude.
100%. 100%, man. Jimmy got a lot of plans when he gets his book done. He gets movie treatment.
Joey,
what's up, I'm sure Michael will help him any way he needs.
You can hear me?
Yeah, my man. Michael,
what's happening, brother?
How you doing, brother, man? My New York brother. We have to meet one day up in Staten Island.
It's been about 2 years since I've heard your voice.
Yeah, we got to go to my office in Staten Island.
Hey, Joe.
Unicorn Diner. They love me there.
Hey, Joe, what are you doing? Are you walking in the water?
No, I wish I was. Look how far the water is down, man. You know how far the water is down there? This current over here will take you over. I wish I was walking in the water. Shoot, I need to. Yeah, see that little doggy right there? See a little doggy right there? I'm out of friends, you too. Hey, little baby boy, look at Benji. Look at Benji right there. How you doing? Hey, cute. Look at out here, man. This is our field right here. We got the rocks out here. The lake coming in big. Look at that wave. I used to come here when I was a kid, man. This is what I used to do. Drive out car, run out here, get out here, swimming in there, and spend the day out here. This is the place I like to go. Just think. Come out here and just think, relax. Instead of a mind a little bit. And people be fishing and stuff.
Oh, shit.
Y'all caught any big ones? Y'all caught any good ones? Y'all caught anything? Who that? They did? Oh, they did? I'm on my friend's YouTube channel, Jimmy Calandra. Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, they catching some fun stuff out here, man. Pretty cool, man, you know? These guys caught some stuff, but see what they caught. It's a nice little pair out here, man. It's really beautiful to see the ground for this place. For years, it just was nothing out there. You know, I'm decided that's for many. It's a beautiful spot where they do. We should just do this on the rocks, man. We should just come out here on the rocks. Do it ourselves as kids. You know? Anyone caught some big stuff? I'm on my friend Jimmy Calandra show. Yeah, look out for the Fast Avenue.
For the guys who are writing in the chat, I can read it. So, like, big
Yeah, see, look at this.
G484, I got you.
See the stuff they put on this thing here? Jimmy, I'm super still. Like, that's where you got some kind of game. You know, come out here too, put some stuff on there. But let's put it like you said, you got some graffiti. Remember the old school graffiti, Jimmy? They still keeping it alive, some people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put it on this whole pipe. Ain't that cool? I like it.
Yeah, I like
the old tag. Yeah. Y'all catch anything good? Oh, did you? It's a nice day, ain't it? I'm on my friend Jimmy Calandra show. Subscribe to his show on YouTube.
Hey John, I'm gonna start coming on more often. Okay, I'm gonna put in maybe 3 days a week or something. Okay, I'm gonna put a schedule together because in all honesty,
yeah, nice.
I do want to come in more often. I want to chop it up with you guys. You know,
nice.
What I want to do is I also want to, detail shows. Put in what we're going to talk about. What to look forward to. Yeah, I wanted to do a show on Tony Bennett actually. I got all these photos I downloaded on Tony Bennett. I was going to do it the other day, but what happened? Came up. I didn't have the time to do it. I have the kids. So, but I do want to catch up and do a show on Tony Bennett. You know what I mean? Tony Bennett. I mean, I love his music.
Oh man, yeah, man. Tony, John Graffiti Mouth. Where Graffiti Mouth at?
I don't know. I called him. He didn't answer. I don't know where he is today.
Yeah, for Jimmy, man, that would be a great idea, man. Do a nice little benefit. Tony, bring out the classical music. All that would be nice. You know, the Tony Bennett was man. That's what my mother used to love. Listening to Tony Bennett, man. You always got a Tony Bennett album somewhere. You know what I mean?
Hey, Leon, what time is it over there?
Great.
It's about. I'm like the same time as you.
Yeah.
Or maybe an hour before. It's 6:17. 6:17.
Hey, look, everybody. Just go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry about
what happens is in the Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, we're on Atlantic time. So when you guys are like summertime, when you're not backwards for daylight saving, we're at the same time as the East Coast. But when you guys go back for daylight saving for winter time, we're an hour ahead of you. But for right now, for summer, we're the same time as the East Coast.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Tony SoFlo, man. That's my dude over there, man. Subscribe to his show. He's a good guy. I like it. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna shout out a couple of people just because I just found another channel I like, a stand-up guy. Just want to give a shout out other than that. I don't do a lot of shout outs on here, but I'm giving them guys a shout out. That's it. Definitely my man Tony X. We're out there in Florida, we're gonna hook up. Chicken Modelo. 100%.
You know, when I was at Coleman, right, a lot of the correction officers, well, a good bunch of them, they were actually from New York. A lot of them, because you know they can transfer, just like in the military, request transfers. It had a couple correction officers from New York in Coleman, which is about a 30-minute drive north of Orlando. And actually, like I told you, this is one lady, we're gonna call her Miss P. That's all. She's Italian. Me and Whitey used to sit there and chop her with up. We used to talk with her all the time. We used to make jokes with her. We used to make pizzas in there. I had a pizza, put the pepperoni. I used to like. I've been to Italy. I've been to Naples.
That's the best thing.
I've been to where the pizzas were started.
Nice.
So I could talk with her like, you know, you need to go on a vacation, go to Italy, man. I'm making my big pizza with my pepperonis and cheese.
Nice.
We had fun in there, man. We try to make the best of.
That's what you had to do. That's what you have to do, man. Every day you got to make. Every day you're counting down the hours. It's like when it's bedtime, it's like one day down, and then it's like you know you got to just make the best of every day you could. You know what I mean? Little things mean a lot. Little things mean a lot.
Yep. keep positive. Always keep
Right.
positive. The
Exactly.
reason my life went down the way it went because I used to dwell on a lot of insecurities about myself or stresses, and
hmm
it caused damage. And that's actually what I got stuff. I'm trying to get stuff in the VA to try to fix stuff from the past because I was under a lot of stress when I was stationed over in Korea. In Korea, this was about 23 years ago in 2000. We did a lot of military exercises. Like in
hmm
Korea, you pretend like the
That's
North
up.
Koreans are invading the base,
What do you got?
and
The
they have a
K?
lot of Navy SEAls, Delta
Trap?
Force.
Trap?
I actually used to
Yeah.
went up against Navy SEAls and Delta Force in
Cool.
military
Oh,
exercises,
you got a little,
night vision
little
goggles and
baby.
blanks. And I had to. I think it caused a lot of stress. So my claim is
Oh.
I
Oh.
experienced PTSD from war games, like
hmm
simulated combat, and that's
hmm
what I'm got in the
Oh,
VA
that's
right now.
the bait.
Hopefully,
That's the bait,
they
right?
give me a
Yeah,
break
yeah. So she
and
has.
I can fix things. You know,
Oh, okay.
Well, we're gonna pray. We're gonna pray. We're gonna pray for you for that, man, bro. We
I
on your
appreciate
side.
that.
I hope
It's an
everything.
uphill battle.
Hey, let me tell you something. I would love to like go out there one day. If I was out there in Trinidad, wherever you at. Let me tell you, the food out
Yeah,
there. You talking about Italian food and everything? That food's amazing. What you guys eat out there.
yeah.
Like I had some Jamaican friends and
In
some Trinidad friends, and I learned how to make some red snap. I learned how to make that at a young age with the dumplings. At 14, I learned how to
yeah,
make that
dumplings,
Jamaican food.
Johnny
Yeah,
cakes,
yeah, I used to make the dumplings
pate,
with, you know, you take the
beef
flour,
pate.
the water, a
Yep,
little pepper, and with the butter and the water,
yep.
you boil it, you put them dumplings together, and you make whatever you make, you extend that, man, you get food with them dumplings. And those are old school dumplings. Even sometimes you go to restaurants, they don't even make them like that. But my friend was from Jamaica,
Right.
and my friend's mother dated him. He was a hustler, came out of Jamaica. Later on, they had to deport him out, but he was a really good guy, Diamond. And he taught me how to make that. He used to go like, a blood clot man, you treat me like a black man, brother. You know what I mean? He used to be a
Hey,
really good
that's
brother, man. He blood clot, a
that's
Ross
one
clot,
thing.
you know?
When you travel, you always want. I like to experience other people's cultures. Like I said, I've been to Italy,
Yeah,
I've been to Spain, I've been to Japan, I've been to. That's why I
yeah.
joined the military. I wanted to travel the world. So when I
Mm-hmm.
come down here, I have an appreciation. I meet people from Boston. You know, I'm
Yeah,
down here in the club areas. They got people in vacation from Boston, and they want to get
yeah.
tripped out. You know what? I told them, hey, I used to hang out with Whitey Bulger in prison. They go,
Right.
oh wow, yeah, I trip them out. Yeah, Boston.
I know, that's
People from all over
awesome,
the
man.
world come here, man. So
I
hey,
remember, yeah, this guy,
yeah,
like I said, I met this guy. I was like a young kid, but I learned how to cook that Jamaican food at a young age. And they would have that, they
hey,
would smoke that weed. They would just grab like a brown paper bag and just roll it in that. They
yep.
didn't even care about no papers, nothing.
Hey,
Just roll the
Joe.
spliff. It was nice.
Joe,
Yeah.
what lake is that?
This is Lake Erie.
Okay, Lake Erie.
This is Lake Erie.
Gary.
Right off of
Okay.
Michigan. You can go, if you take this all the way, you'll get to Canada. You'll get to Canada. It's up north.
Are you close to like Detroit and Windsor? Because I've been to Detroit and
Yeah,
Windsor.
yeah, we're not that far from Detroit. We had, actually growing up, a lot of guys from Detroit, they would come into the city and they would just transplant. Like a lot of them, we
Yeah,
transplant from Detroit. So we had a lot of Detroitians transplant to live where we live
yeah,
because it's near Detroit. You know what I mean? So we had a lot of guys. I had friends from
yeah,
Detroit. A lot of good guys like I knew from Detroit, from the hood. And I had
yeah,
family that had family in Detroit. My friend's uncle used to play with the planners. He used to do stuff with the planners. And he was,
right,
because he lived in Detroit in Motown. And
right.
old school guys, you know what I mean? And he would tell me stories about the platters and all that. And they came from Detroit, you know? Yeah.
Yep, yep. I've been to Detroit. I've been to Detroit. Drove across the
Mm-hmm.
bridge over to Canada, to Windsor. I drove
Yeah.
all around there. Drove to Niagara Falls, New York. Crossed over into the Canadian side. Drove to Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I used to travel road trips, man. I'm in the islands. We don't have much road trips. So when I
Right.
was up in the state in the military, I learned to appreciate road trips.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what it's about, man. You get out to experience different people, different cultures. I
Yeah,
always say food is a bridge to a lot of cultures to food. First you may try the food, then introduce a lot of things like that, So that's
oh
that's
yeah,
good,
food, man.
man. Food is
Um,
like you experience different people's foods and their cultures,
oh
bring
yeah.
people together, brings people together,
I
you
love
know?
Chinese food. I love the Japanese food. You ever been to one of
hmm
those Kobe restaurants where they
Well,
actually have the
yeah.
grill right in front of you and they
Well,
make
my
the
friend
noodles
had
and make
that.
it like a little
Yeah.
volcano in front of you with fire and stuff?
You're
Yeah,
talking
man.
about
Japanese.
listen, my friend owned a place. That's how I used to manage. Tomo Lounge, 4 floors. hookah, hookah, sushi,
Let me
hibachi, hibachi.
1 minute.
That's what we was talking about.
Hibachi, yeah.
So
1
I
minute.
learned how to cook all that. I used to make the yum
Hey,
sauce, all that. Yo,
just give me 1 minute.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just want Top G. You know, Miss Can't Be Wrong. She comes on here. She's I think she's one of my wrenches. I mean, I know her. I spoke with her a few times before, and just I don't want no negative outburst towards Miss Can't Be Wrong. Okay.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing against Miss Can't Be Wrong, man. Miss Can't Be Wrong can't control what other people do.
No. That's what this guy over here. I ain't got no beef with you either. But what I do is I judge everyone on their own character. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true.
Exactly.
Can't be wrong. Right? It is what it is. Listen, hey, and me personally, I have no hate towards nobody on here.
Yeah, exactly.
However, people choose to, however they want to run their channel or be friends with.
Yeah.
Thing is, I'm not gonna come on here, attack people.
Exactly.
It wouldn't look good for me. It wouldn't look good for the people that are associated with me. And it's not the way I roll. I mean, that's for me personally. I think that's for like kids in the park, park, like that.
Yeah, judge everyone by their own character.
Yeah, if I got a beef with anybody, I don't tell people, I don't talk to that person because I got a beef with them.
Exactly.
If they want to talk to them, they could talk to them. You know what I'm saying? I don't act like that. That's just what I want to say.
Yeah. We judge everyone by their own character, by their own way they act. That's it. I understand. That's it. We don't lump everybody into one thing. One person is one way. That doesn't mean another person because they associate with the person the same way. That's it. We're all about positivity over here.
Big G, thank you. We'll pass that along to my children. Thank you. Get them a little something from you. I appreciate that.
Yep. But yeah, man, what you were saying, that's right, man. Like I said, the cultures like the Japanese. I got family from Thailand, and I learned how to cook Thai food, and I got Thai family. So yeah, man, it's like it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Just when you're
the best thing in the world to me is that Alfredo style. I love me some Alfredo, some chicken Alfredo fettuccine with some Parmesan on it. It's the best. That's my thing. I love Alfredo. I can't. Alfredo sauce. Oh my God. Chicken Alfredo fettuccine.
Tiger shrimp Alfredo.
When you Leon, when you coming to New York?
I don't know. The last time I was in New York was 1991, summer of 1991. That's what, over 30 something years ago. I don't know. I gotta do that in New York once in a while.
If you're ever in New York, you reach out to me, okay? Take you to dinner, okay?
Nice.
All right, I appreciate that. I think I still got your number. I think I still got your number on my phone.
You ever come to New York, I take you to dinner, okay?
Nice.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, man.
Some good Italian food.
Oh yeah, some real Italian, like real Alfredo. I'm only gonna be eating Alfredo. I love Alfredo.
Look, one thing about New York City. Look, in this country, the best food in this country. New York City.
New York City.
I don't
24 hours a day.
My original Italian people to get upset. When I was in Italy, I noticed Italian food and American Italian food tastes a little different. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna say better or worse. It just tastes different than American Italian. But I tend to be used to American Italian. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah.
But it's different in Italy.
Right.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I can,
No, well, in Italy, it's more rich.
Well, we do more flavor. To me, it was more flavored.
You can't
seasoned in America. Did you ever get that? Did you ever taste that?
No, I've heard that.
I don't know if you ever tasted
I've heard people say that.
Look,
I've heard people tell me that.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know how I'm gonna get this to you guys right here. Look, this is from Leon to Joey D and Leon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, come on, man. Hey, we love you, man. Big G. Hey, look, man.
We love you.
Hey,
put it to the show. Put it to the
Yeah, you
show.
put it to the show, Jimmy. Whatever you do, buy
Yes,
your
I got-
daughter something beautiful with it,
I'm gonna
or
have to
donate, whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna have to cash app it to you guys or something.
Yeah, you good, man. I still owe you money for my commissary. You kidding me? I still owe you money to put money on my commissary. What I owe you?
Leon's out of work. He needs a couple of dollars. I'm sure you could use $50.
Give it to Leon. Hey, listen, throw it to Leon. Hey, listen, Jimmy, I still owe you money to put money stuff on my commissary. How you think I made a phone call?
And
I got me some ramen noodles with that
Joe,
money.
And Joe, Sherry said hello too.
Oh, Sherry, how you doing, sweetheart? Love Sherry too. She been put some money in my books. I owe y'all. You know that. Love y'all. Good to have good people, man. Look out for you. I mean, I got stuck with some couple. I had some little, crazy things going on there where that kind of had me. I couldn't even use a phone for 30 days. Think about that. Getting locked up in America, you can't even use a phone for 30 days. So you know what I mean. That you don't even hardly hear. Don't even hardly hear when you can't even get a bond or bail. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, for nothing.
Guess what?
I've
Somebody
been through
said
some of that
they
knucklehead stuff.
Somebody said they love some authentic Italian food. Get ready for this, guys. You ready for this? When I visited Naples, Italy, back in 2002.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, he actually took me to a restaurant in Naples, Italy that used to be owned by Lucky Luciano. It was actually one of his restaurants. And they actually we had a private dinner. They took me down to the wine cellars. It was it was something else, man. I couldn't believe it. I had some military friends who were stationed there, and they knew the people. That's one thing I like about overseas, man. It's like Europe and Europeans. They're actually really nice. I love Europeans. I love Europe. I wanted to be stationed in Europe.
Yeah,
I love Europe.
Yeah, Europeans are good people.
Yeah. I was in Italy. I was in Naples. I went to Rome, the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Joey D, look.
Capri.
Sherry says, no, there's no owing friends.
I know. I love you. I appreciate that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, we got a question from our top trio. Question.
Appreciate it.
Was Leo and Joey D in prison with Jimmy?
I wish I'd have been there with Jimmy, man. I had a blast. Shit. Jimmy, can you imagine me and you in jail together? Jimmy, could you imagine me and you in jail together? God, Jimmy, we'd have had a blast together. Trust me. We'd have been cooking stuff. We'd have been joking. We'd have been, man, our pie would have, they called my pie the lion's den. Like, when I was at, I did the roar like a lion. I did, woo, woo, roar. I would do that like in the shower, wake everyone up. They're like, Joey, what you doing? I said, it's a lion in there, man, dog. The Bronx Zoo lion. They said, dog, come on. Man, we would have believe me and Jimmy would have had some fun. I believe that 100%. You too, Leon. We'd have had some blast in there. They see y'all would come in like, what are these crazy guys doing now? I fell asleep out there 3 hours. Bro, I stayed in the yard 3 hours, bro. Look, real fast story. I was out there. I love going to the yard. Read a book, a chapter, sat there and play basketball. And one night, it was the best night in April. I sat and took my shirt off. So I'm a suntan out here, man. They left me out there 3 hours. They come see, hey, Joey. I'm like, oh, cool, man. They left me, hey, what's up, man? See you. Hey, it's a nice day there. He goes, yeah. I said, you got a motorcycle? Yeah. I said, you should go out there and ride it. As soon as he got in that door, he slammed. He goes, Joey, I could be fired, damn it. I said, what you mean you could be fired? You know, you was out there 3 hours. I'm like, Joey, you was out there 3 hours. He goes, what do you mean, Joey? You supposed to ring? I said, ring what? I don't know, clock out here. And he's like, oh, man, get up here, man. We got to strip search you and all this. And then I came back. I said, what's wrong with you? He goes, man, we got to figure out what to do with him, man. We're going to put him in the hall with this. I said, for what I do, man? Ain't no clock out there. I said, y'all telling me I thought y'all let me out there because it's good weather? They're like, Joey, we got to figure this out. So finally, CEO said, look, man, you've been respectful to us, but at the same time, we're gonna give you a minor write-up because it's part of our fault, too. I got back in there. They said, Joey missed lunch and everything. He's out there. They said, we see that dude laying out there, man. Like, Joe, what he doing, man? I said, hell with that food. I better stay outside all day. Keep that in 12 hours. Put my cat out there. You know what I mean? And it was the funniest day. After that, everyone who went to the yard had to sign their name. They were going to the yard so they didn't forget who was out there. I loved it out there, man. Oh, the CEO was like, man, when I came in, I said, what's up? He goes, hey, what size are you? I said, 2A. I defined 2A, said 3A. He goes, oh, I asked why. He goes, I'm going to get you some reds. You go to the hole. So for a hole for what? You've been out there for 29 minutes. I said, dude, I got 2 hours. Well, I'm going to make a phone call and find out. Then he found out I did have 2 hours. I got everyone say, you're going to go to the hole, Joe. I said, man, y'all don't even know the rules out here. I'm out there every day. It's 2 hours, damn it. They left me 3. I know I found out after that. And these guys are funny sometimes, but I always made, you know what? cool. Whatever happened, I got along with them. Like you say, you know, it's what you make of it. You know what I mean? I was prepared to do anything. I was prepared because every day in there, you could go in there for have a certain amount of time. I know guys that said they came in there for a couple months, ended up having a life sentence because they ended up cracking someone's head open. You never know what's gonna happen every day. Every day something will go on.
Absolutely.
Every day some drama would happen. So if you ain't watching what you're doing is hit on your head, you could have a short time turn into a life sentence real fast in jail.
Exactly.
So you gotta do what you
That's why
gotta do.
100%.
That last year in Coleman,
I
I
see-
stayed in the unit. And I just hanged out with Whitey Bulger, man,
Let me tell
because I wasn't trying to.
I tell you,
You know what I mean. You know what I mean, you guys.
I seen guys come in with short time and get killed.
Yeah. I seen a guy come in as soon as he got it got his ass beat because he was something on the street. He did something on the street and they caught up to him in there. And I had to stop him and beat him down even further. And I helped him up, bleeding everywhere. Guys want to beat him up because he had blood got on his cop. They want to beat him up after that because he got blood on the cop. Like, man, you bleeding on my stuff. And they get ready to beat him again. So you don't know what goes on in there. You don't see it. I had to tell the dude, man, go in there, wash up, man, maybe go to PC. But he didn't want it, but they finally came back. We got him situated. And then I said, dude, what do I do? I can't say nothing because he was afraid to say something. And I told him, I said, just tell him you fell off the bunk. Tell him you fell off the bunk. So if they ask you how you got hurt, because the head was all beat up, they put him into the thing. I said, look, just tell him you fell off the bunk. He said, that's what I'm going to do. They looked at the dude, the guard looked, he knew he was beat up. He walked back. 20 minutes later, they took him out of there. They got him out of there. They knew something happened to him. And he was going to end up taking a beating every day. And he said he would have done it. So, you know, because he had enemies in there. Like, so thick. But I still treated him with respect. I told him I ain't going to worry about because I ain't done stuff for me. So I'm going to still treat you with the respect I can. I treat him decent. I had a guy move off his bunk to give him another bunk. A young guy said, hey, move off your bunk. Let him have the bunk. He got a concussion. And you take that bunk. He said, all right, man. So he went up there. I saw young blood. You still let him stay there. And then I did that for him. He goes, man, I owe you coffee and everything. I said, no, you don't owe me nothing. I said, you don't owe me nothing. I just got to treat everyone decent. You ain't do nothing. Now, whatever you beef you got out there, that's on you. They ain't going to look at me because they know I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm still going to treat everyone decent as I can. But they ended up taking him out of there. And you know, they knew something happened to him. They just didn't want to say nothing because we thought all our hands. So as soon as they think something happens, they're going to look at all our hands. I want to see who did it. But they kind of, he just told him he fell off the bunk and they put him somewhere else, man. But they kind of knew.
Joe,
you know?
Sherry says she's out of commissary money.
Still, you is. But I lucky I don't need no more minute money. Sherry probably said, I don't want to put no more minutes on Joey's phone because he keep calling him.
Oh, wait. Look, I got another good friend here. Check it out. I got another good friend here.
Yeah. Who is it? Big G.
What we doing here, fellas?
Who is it, brother? Thanks, G. What? Oh, my God. Where the heck you came from, man? Where you been at? Where you been at? Eddie,
what's going on, my
damn
dude?
you, man. My dude, you looking great. Looking great. Look at him, man. You got you got your glasses on, your tan, look at your hair, slick back.
I got my Joe Pineys on.
You looking great, man.
Thank you, bro. How you feeling? What's going on?
Feeling good, brother. Good to see you.
It's so long, you know?
That's right, man. We got the OGs back.
What are you doing, Joey? You walking the earth? What are you doing?
I'm walking the earth, man, trying to, you know what I mean, stay out of, you can't walk the interstate no more. You walk the interstate, you get picked up real fast. You know what I mean? I learned that shit. I had my handcuffed to the damn floor. Yeah. Believe me, I know, you know what I mean? Oh, man, it wasn't nothing, man. Nothing I can handle. And nothing I can handle.
Eddie G, Sherry says hi.
Sherry, baby. What's going on? How are you, Sherry?
Eddie, we missed you, man. I've been asking about you forever, man.
Eddie G, what's new with you?
What's new with me? I'm moving. I'm getting out of New York City finally.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Save you some money.
Gotta do it. Gotta make the move. It's crazy. It's dangerous. You're talking about UFOs and aliens these days in the news. They all landed here. Because New York City's like Mars.
Right.
You want proof of aliens? Come on the 3 train. I'll show you aliens. They're all over the place.
Right.
Threatening your life, throwing everything out. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Hey, Eddie, you know what's a bad train? That A train.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I heard about New York, y'all. It's crazy out there. Hey, you remember when I was out there, Jimmy? Remember I found that dude laying on the rock? Remember they knocked him out? And the police, I had to call the police in Central Park, remember?
Yeah,
they had him knocked out on it. They had him knocked out on the park, acting like he was homeless, but he was somebody. They took his food and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The police, I found him on the rock, man. Central Park, laid out, man. They had a note on him saying this and that. These guys robbed him, man. I got the police out there, New York police.
I gotta tell you a story, right?
Yeah.
So I go to church. I went back to church. I'm trying to do the right thing, right? I go to confession, and I talk to the priest, and I tell the priest, listen, I don't want my heart. I don't want to live like this. I said, I'm looking at people. I want to murder them. I can't stand them. I'm going to war in my head with these freaks on the train. He's like, don't worry. He's like, don't worry. Jesus is with you no matter what. I'm like, okay. I get out of church. I walk onto the subway. A guy sits next to me and he does this. Sir, I've killed a lot of people in New York City. Do you want to be next? I'm talking 3 minutes out of church. This guy, I'm like, oh, geez, Father, forgive me. I get up. I ignore him. I walk into the next car. I don't say nothing. And there he comes. He's following me in. Like he's fucking, like he's stalking me. I'm like, oh boy, it's gonna go down. And I'm like, I hope this nut job doesn't have a box cutter or anything like that. He comes through the car and he's trying to talk to me. And then he picks on these girls and says some inappropriate things. And I'm sitting there. I said, listen to myself. I'm saying, if he makes a move, you got to do what you got to do. And I made the number one mistake. I walked into the last car, so there was no more cars after that. I was cornered if he had a weapon. So he's like, sir, I apologize. I apologize if I got you upset, sir. And I'm just ignoring him. Like, you better not come in my face. I just left church. Just got done talking to the priest. And he's like, sir, what are you going? He's trying to be my friend now. He's like, sir, what are you going home to watch the game? I think the Knicks were in the playoffs at the time. And I'm ignoring him. Sir, what's your favorite sport? And I turned around to him and I said, boxing. That's my fucking favorite sport, boxing. And he looked at me and he's like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, I could tell. He wanted to be my best friend at the end of the minute. But I'm telling you, in these situations, Jimmy, you could attest to this. I'm the one that's gonna get locked up, not him.
Of course, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's gonna be going through the system.
You know what? That's the thing about taking the train a couple days a week. You know why? So
be careful, man.
You could either kill or you could be killed. And the thing is, no one's gonna get killed. I'm saying, so right away, as soon as you hit the train, right away your guard is up. Okay,
you gotta.
Your guard is up, and then the thing is, and then you find yourself having staring contests with people. Seriously, wait, I'm having staring contests with people. Now look, when you're on the train, right away you gotta have the guy. He has a blade on him. Yeah. Everyone has a blade on him. You gotta have everyone say, yeah, the guy's definitely got a blade on him. I'm saying you gotta have him down for a blade, at least a blade.
Right. I had that when I had my blade. I always had my blade on me.
I got it done, though.
That's why I was pissed off. They took my damn blade, man. I fed into that central booking. I called them up with because all the police always gave my blade back. They said, "Oh, you're cool with that?" I said, "Where my blade at?" I called dude up. I was, and he was like, "Oh man, we had to destroy it." I said, "Destroy my blade? You kidding me, man? Y'all could have just kept it in your central booking, man. It's crazy. How you want to take my blade?" I called the last police department. I said, "Where my blade at?" They said, "We gave it to Central." I said, "Central." I called them up. "Oh, we destroyed your blade." I was like, that was a real special night to me, man, too. The dude who gave to me was an ex-Navy SEAL and everything, man.
Yeah.
It was a nice blade.
Well, you know what? Look, another thing is tonight you got that fight. You got Crawford, I think Spence, right?
Great fight.
That's going to be some fight. Yeah, that's going to be some fight tonight.
Man, there's going to be another fight. Someone told me about it. Was Jake Paul and somebody, right?
Yeah.
Jake Paul's on the undercard, one of those cars? Yeah.
And Nate Diaz.
Yeah, I know some of them put 5. They can win almost 3,000.
They're fighting August 4th. Tonight is the Crawford
Jake Paul?
Spence fight.
I thought it was Jake Paul. Ain't it Jake Paul?
No, Jake Paul's fighting August 4th, I believe.
Hey, let me tell you, that's funny because when I was out in like you're right, man. It's crazy because even in LA, I was taking this. They told me there was like minute I was out there in Hollywood. So you gotta be careful to get on that train. Don't get to the back. And so never take the back train. I'm surprised you even took the back train because they told me that in LA. You know, what I mean? Careful of the back train. You know what I mean? The last train. So, you know, people try to rob you on that train.
Yeah, and let
the
me
back
just give
one.
a shout out to Sherry real quick. Yes, I am. I'm back. I made full circle. I'm trying to embrace my faith, my childhood faith, and it's paying off dividends.
Nice, man.
I just Jimmy knows. I talk to him. I touch base with Jimmy every now and then, and John at Graffiti Map. I talk to these guys. I always try to keep them in my circle. They're positive influences. They know me, and I love them like brothers. And they're good dudes, and they're a rare breed this day and age. I'm telling you.
100%. You can't find people cut from that cloth nowadays, man. Most people are, you know, not cut from that same cloth, man. They're loyal. You know what I mean? Loyal and all that. Hey, what about your trip when you went out there with Jimmy? You were the lucky one. Jimmy told me to meet him in Vegas. Jimmy said, if you can get to Vegas, meet us out here. I was out there at a certain time. He said he'll be out there at a certain time. And you got out there. I was like, well, get you Eddie, and you met Chaz Palminteri. Tell us that about that day, man.
Well, first of all,
Cloud 9.
First of all,
you met his
Eddie G, go
Sandy
ahead.
Blue Eyes.
Eddie G,
Let me-
tell me. Go ahead.
let me explain something to you. If you've never felt what royalty was like, we got off the plane and we were like better than Hollywood stars. There was a fucking truck, a Suburban picking us up. We went to the penthouse. I'm not even making this up. There's a guest envelope with some plane chips and some plane money. It was top notch. Dinners, and then we went and met Chaz. Wasn't that was a blowout, right, Jimmy? That was hilarious. We were like looking at each other. We went shopping for some new digs.
We met Chaz and Sandy Blue Eyes.
Wow.
He was a good guy too. Sandy Blue Eyes was great. Down to earth.
And Uncle Mo.
Bro, Uncle Mo. I got news for Uncle Mo. He's one of a kind. He's absolutely one of a kind.
That's right.
Come on. He's a prince. He's a class act. And I know a little behind the scenes. He's a good man. And so was his wife. Met his family. It was great. It was great. We did in the 4 days that we were there, I must say we had like a 10-day vacation packed into 4 days. We were in the pool. We were getting massages. We were playing a little gambling, you know, a little blackjack, a little this, a little that. Out to eat. Jimmy, how was that Japanese food you ate?
But wait, it was delicious. Wait, tell them about the play that we seen.
Oh, listen, I tell people today.
I went to Broadway and seen a Broadway play. Look, there's nothing like a Vegas show. I'll tell you right now. Nothing like it.
Wow.
Yeah. It was absolute. We went to go see something called Love by the Beatles. And we got some tickets and we went, and it was absolutely breathtaking. It brings you back. The music, they did a play. It was like Circus Soleil, I think it was called, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, you don't even have to be a Beatles fan to appreciate the show. Me and Jimmy were looking at each other like, did you just see that? Did you just see that? And it was great. And the whole place, it was an experience and a half.
Hey, look, it was one of the, and that was your idea of going to see the Beatles show. Okay, and let me tell you something. It's one of the best shows I ever seen in my lifetime. Okay, I'm talking about. Look, I'm talking about the floor dropping, them chains. I'm telling you, insane.
Yeah. Words don't describe an experience. Sometimes you have an experience in life, and sometimes and you're just in the experience. It pulls you in, and that show pulled us right in. And with the music in the background and all the acrobats, and it was absolutely. It was so much to take in. It was. I would go and see that again, Jimmy. How about you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's real nice, man. Like I said, that was a one-time time you could experience something like that. You can't always put it into words, man. It's just the whole experience, you know.
That was a memory. That was a memory and a half. And I'll always be grateful for Jimmy for the invite. Again, he's a fucking prince. And
man, definitely.
It was good. It was good. We let our hair down. We had a little fun.
Yeah.
You know, it was good all around. You know, it's and you know, came home with a little bit of money in my pocket. That's always fun. You know, I went out with a little bit of money, came home with a little bit more. That's always
usually you come out with nothing. Come back with nothing.
No, I'll tell you, I did okay, you know. But the guy Mo was absolutely class act. You don't meet men like that. You don't meet men like that. Made you feel what? I felt like I knew him for forever. That's how comfortable he makes you feel. And I didn't know this guy from a hole in the wall. And I'm kind of, my street sense is like, what's this guy doing? Jimmy, did you ever meet this guy before? And he's like, no, I never met him. He just wants me to come out to fucking Vegas. I'm like, all right. So my guard's up, and I'm like, I don't know what to expect. And we go meet him, and he's got the whole friggin' back room to himself playing gambling. I'm talking, he's not a card shark. He's what they call a fucking high roller.
He's a high roller.
I'm talking like Jim. Would I be out of school to say like the first hand I saw him bet on?
Everything you're saying is right.
Yeah. I know. I said, Jimmy, I'm locked up. Just tell Mo I'll pay him back. Just get me out of here. Can you send me that money? Tell me you can throw it. Mo can throw it at one time. He said, Joey, I'll find our way, man.
I'll tell you, what? This is why I say that, you know, the people that I met on YouTube, okay, it's amazing. The people that I met, and you know, these are the people. These are people.
The genuine people.
They're genuine people. Okay,
no mold or nothing like that. It's genuine.
People are real. They're real people. Okay, they're people where their thing is they want to see people do good. Saying seriously, this is what they want. They want to see other people do good, and these people reach out to me. I'm saying. And
100%.
The words that they say, the kind words that they give me, you know, how you turn your life around, and you know, they give me good advice. Don't let these people bully you or take you off of YouTube and stuff like that, because you have a lot of evil. You have a lot of evil people out there that think they have a voice to overcome. I'm saying, I mean, to attack you. I'm saying,
they never even earned that voice. And the thing is, Jimmy,
the hate out here is real, guys.
Hey, when I was with Michael Francis, they would say, Jimmy, gotta tell Jimmy we gotta get together. I said, definitely, man. Look out for Jimmy. I was gonna keep the positive words in Jimmy. And he said, hey, we gotta see each other. So I think we'll be out there in New York, I think it's September 7th, 29th, whatever. We gotta go hook up. He wants to see Jimmy. They're always saying nice things about Jimmy. He's talking about you and Chaz. He said, hey, man, you know, always telling me to tell Jimmy, you know, something nice to Jimmy. You know what I mean? And tell Jimmy that he can't wait to see him and get together. So Michael's always saying that, man. So,
Michael, I love Michael. I tell you, Michael, I love Michael. Michael's a class act, and Chaz, you know, Chaz is a class act. You know, this is the
100%.
You know, this is the part where, you know, I met Chaz in Vegas, but you know, people, you know, Chaz invited me to his home. You know, and there's a lot of stars. There's a lot of stars over there I met. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
awesome, man.
Super cool. Hey, Jim, do they know? Does your subscribers know that you were on the Commentary podcast? Jimmy was on his podcast. He invited him to his home and put him on. And let me tell you, it was probably one of the best shows Chaz did. Jimmy was so smooth.
I called Jimmy. Where you at? I'm on my way to mansion. I'm like, what? Joey, I'm driving to Chaz's mansion. Yo, man, God, what's going on?
Nah, that interview came off well, Jimmy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is
Jimmy's like the #1 storyteller.
It'll come out soon, man. I was like, oh my God, this is. I told him, because Jimmy, did I not tell you when we met? You're gonna meet Michael. One day you're gonna meet Chaz. Did I not say that? Did I not say that?
Yes.
I'm even on the phone with you.
And actually, what happened was, Chaz invites me over to do an interview. So when I get to his house, I invite a friend of mine to drive with me, and he says, Jimmy, you know what? You know, I'm a little busy right now, but anyway, he regretted it. He wishes he would. So,
that's awesome.
As soon as I walk in Chaz's house, okay, open up the door. His wife answers, you know, hi, how are you? Hello, you know what I mean? I'm here to see Chaz. Boom, she walks me into the kitchen. The first person I see is Catherine Naducci.
I seen that picture you sent me. Yeah, Catherine.
I look at it. I look at it. I go like this. I said, "Well, I love you." Kidding me?
Right. It was the best.
And I hug her, and I hug. Look, I'm a people person. If you see me in person, like I come up to you, I hug you. I'm saying, you know, and I said, please. I said, oh wow. I said, this is, you know, let's get a photo. And, you know, we started talking stuff like that. But I tell you, you know, it was a great time. It was a great memory. And these people, I tell you, Chaz has one of the best podcasts out there. He really does. And you know, Chaz, not the thing to get the wise and the wise guy. I'll tell you, Chaz. Listen, Chaz's personality is awesome, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, him and Michael's podcast, the Wise and the Wise Guy, I just like it. Podcast. And Jimmy, you had that picture with him, you and Chaz. You sent me one. My mother gave it to my mother. She's like, oh my God, Jimmy looks so handsome in this picture. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, look at these guys. Her favorite movie is The Bronx Tale. And you sitting there with Chaz. I was like, she loved that picture, man. That was like, she couldn't believe it. You know what I mean?
Hey, Jimmy, that picture blew up on Facebook.
There's
a lot of people that checked that picture out, by the way.
Oh man, that was great, man. That you and the actors was really great. Yeah, man. It was like I said, it's awesome, man. You know what I mean? It really is, man. And like I said, there's more to that to come. You know what I mean? You stay focused on this story of yours, getting that book done, really taking it to the next. And you know, I know you get your thing on YouTube, but there's so much you got looking forward to, man. You know, because you really do. You know, we all came on here because we seen you on Sandwich, and we seen you, you know, talk your story. Some of them seen you before that on different national, whatever it was, geographic show. But Jimmy, you got a story. You got a story, a real story of redemption, a real story, man, with a lot of interesting twists and turns. And it'd be great to see that finally hit into the big screen. Really take it there, man, because you got good people on your corner that would definitely help you move some of the obstacles out of your way to help you get that done. 100%. I know Michael would 100% do that for you.
Well, we're on strike right now.
He's got friends with people on Lionsgate. I know there's writing strike, but there's going to be coming through. And we talked about that too. Because I got a project I'm looking into with even Michael. And I can guarantee you, like, you know, I know he would do the same for you. And then even that people would open doors for you. Believe me, Jimmy, because you really are, you know, an inspiration to people how they can turn your life around. And I know how some of these things have affected you. I know you deal with certain things every day in your life. People don't know. You don't always talk about as far as, you know, how that life affected you. And I'm gonna tell you, we're all here to support you. We love you, and you know, we want to. I know you lost a lot of your friends. You had a lot of people disloyal to you. We just want to show you that, hey man, that's not everybody. You know, we love you, man. Thick and thin. You know what I mean?
So Eddie G, what are you doing? So you're moving to Jersey now?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, first of all, a couple of things, right? The acting business is absolutely upside down. We're on strike right now. The screenwriters are on strike, and all movie productions, they have a real. How can I say this politely? It's fucked up. Okay, that's as polite as I can get. They have to make sure on a production set that they cast disabled people, people from Middle Eastern descent. You have to have a certain percentage of different culture and diversity, and it's like it's just hard. It's not like you shouldn't cast people or do a project based on race or color. You should do it by the story and by their acting ability.
You see what you're saying?
That's the problem Hollywood has been having.
Look, yeah, and it's divisive.
Well, you know, it's right, and it goes both ways. It goes all different ways because there's a lot of minority actors, black actors,
they're great actors.
They didn't get parts just because of that. You're right.
Let me understand. Let's get something straight. There are great actors and there are good actors, and it doesn't matter what cultural background you come from. If you're great, you're great. Exactly. It's about your skill set, not about your color or your religion or your grandfather's religion. None of that. It's about you as an individual, your merit, your soul, your unique thing.
I'll give you guys an example. I'm a big James Bond fan. I've been watching James Bond since I was a little boy, right? Mm-hmm. And now they're thinking about putting an African-American James Bond. Now, guess what? I'm African-American, and I'm all African-American, right? But guess what? It's James Bond. It's a British agent. There's no real need
to replace
James Bond with an African-American.
But you
You know
got
what
to
I'm saying?
remember, but you got to remember, bro, there
It's
is
James
British
Bond. It's a
too.
formula.
But look at Spider-Man. They did the same with Spider-Man 3. I mean, listen, with Morales. But listen to this. As James Bond is what they did with James Bond is I know what you're saying from the beginning, but what I realized with James Bond, it's the 00 agent part. The agent now, but there is British,
Right.
black British,
They're all British,
people
black.
out there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
black.
but that's
I mean,
not the issue.
still do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? I have to. I'm going to chime in on this one.
Yeah.
I think. You know what? I think they need to change James Bond, and you know what? And give it to a black British guy because you know what? You got to change it up. I'm saying, let's see how he could do it because you know what? I know honestly, James Bond has been white. I'm saying, change it up now.
Yeah, because you did have some characters. I know what you're saying from old school guys like us. Look, we're old school guys. We did see a few characters because you gotta remember too, back in their days, they didn't even cast a lot of black actors and stuff. Because it didn't, they were very, very prejudiced about that.
But again, hear me out. And this is somebody who goes on auditions, who has an agent, who talks to people, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And I get that. You got to give everybody a fair shot at the title. And the bottom line is that how can it, one of my favorite movies is The Equalizer with Denzel Washington. He's probably one of my favorite actors. So let me just point this out and make this point. Another movie he did was called Glory with Matthew Broderick and who's the other guy? Morgan Freeman. So if they want to redo Glory and they want to cast me in Denzel's position as an infantryman in the Black Regiment unit, and they cast me, what does that do to the story?
Okay, but wait a minute. Now let me say one thing. Hold on, let me say one thing here. You're talking now about historical movie charmed to a fantasy. James Bond is a fantasy, so you can do whatever. You have creative, do anything. Now you can still be, because back in those days with Glory, that Black Regiment, they weren't getting all that. Look, my godfather was one of the first black paratroopers, so I can speak on that. I'm just saying, but we're talking about historical facts. So you're making a movie about what is that chief, the Indian chief, and you're talking about the Indian chief. You know, it's better if you can cast, instead of what they used to do with a lot of Indian movies, they would paint the white guys red or whatever. You know, it's better if you but I'm just saying, when you're talking about a factual movie based off historical facts, you're going to try to keep it to, whatever ethnicities that was more like, listen, same thing with the Airborne Rangers, the ones 100 first before they got integrated. You're not in Europe. They didn't let the black soldiers fight over there, so you can't show them in certain things if you want to keep historical facts. On a movie like that, it's a bad example. You got to come up with. I'm just saying, you got to use a different example. You got to use a different example, though.
Yeah, let me interject for a second. Ian Fleming, who wrote the James Bond movie, worked for MI6, and he was a real agent. Okay, that's not that's a historical fact, and his stories were based loosely around his experience. Okay, and his so it's not fantasy. It's
based off of that, but then the character got into more of a fantasy stuff. Come out with a guy with a metal jaw. I mean, he faced a guy like Jaw with a robot jaw. I'm just saying, there's that was based off of something, but it got to fantasy land a lot too. I'm just saying that. You think about it. Think about what I'm saying.
It's true.
Why am I going to put you in a man? Then you're one black. Now you know there's white soldiers out there. Why would I
forget black or white? Forget black or white. How about this? How about we cast Superman and we use my sister?
No, I'm just saying that might happen one day. But here's what I'm trying to say.
Use my fucking
sister. Wonder Woman might be a man one day.
She identifies as Superman.
Well,
and you know
they
what?
might be non-gender.
We had Supergirl.
Everyone say non-gender. Maybe it'll be a non-bi. What do they call that? Non-bi. What do they call that now? What is that called now? Non-binary. Maybe it'll be a non-binary Superman.
Yeah. Fuck that.
I'm just saying, we understand what you're saying. No, I don't want to let you know. We understand what you're
but
saying.
there was Supergirl. Helen Slater played her.
But we do know what you're saying, though. Listen, it's on all actors right now. It's tough finding parts. Listen, I was lucky enough. My friend wrote a script. Michael's got that script. He wrote me. He just sent me the second season. I'm written into the second season. And basically, what he told me, Joey, I just want you to be you. I'll have lines for you, but a lot of your lines. So he told me this one scene in the movie and in the show, and he said, you're going to come out, Benny getting beat up. You're always around, Joey, so they know you're around. The audience is going to know. But then when you beat them up, you're going to have a pattern. So wait a minute. When When I was done beating him up, then I throw some pepperoni, because I'm the pizza shop guy. Then I throw some pepperonis on him when I was done. He goes, better than that, Joey. I'm going to have a pepperoni stick in one hand and a bat in the other. So I got to go back to my right. I got to put that in the thing. I tell you, that Michael always says, you coming in, I got to have you do a cameo. So all I'm saying is, if you are who you are, whether you go to acting school or not, I said, what do you want me in there? He goes, Joey, I got to have you in there. Because it's just, I want to put you in there, man. I just think you'd be good at it. He been asking me to do the comedy scene for a while, but he wrote me in it. And now Michael has it, and he got the pilot. And his friend who helped him devise some of this pilot had a Broadway show, and it was produced by a real famous guy. And then he told him, I want you to rewrite everything, and I want you to do it in this perspective. And he did, wrote everything. And sometimes I would call my friend, he's in the writing, he'd be in that writing zone. But he said, Joey, I got to let you know, he sent me a text, and I got you in the second season already. And I had a friend who's an actress, and he even wrote something in for her. And and it's a really creative script, because it's kind of like Sopranos, and meets the Stranger Things, and it's really great. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we're looking forward for some big things when Michael gets when this actor strike comes in. Listen, Eddie, we love you and everything. And anything we can do to help you, because like Michael's always said, it's who you know. A lot of times it's who you know, especially in that little community in LA. But I'm just trying to tell you, keep doing your thing, but you will have breaks come your way just because you're a good person anyways. You're really dedicated, and we would love to see something, love to see you get into something that you would really have fun to do.
Let me jump in here, Joey. Let me say something else.
Yeah.
And Jimmy knows this. I do a little comedy, right? Do you know how many comedians in New York and in California can't even get on stage? The thing about comedy is you got to make fun. You have to make fun of what's going on in the world. It's called satire, and it's ironic. Right away, comics are getting bum rushed on stage, and I'm not talking about Chris Rock, okay? Just this.
No, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's this day and age. It's like you got to be politically correct in what you say and how you say it. And I'm like, you know what? I come from a place called TRUTH, truth. And if you don't like it, God bless you. I don't say anything to hurt anyone's feelings or to be malicious, but people have been so tribal. And what I'm trying to really say is that these corporate interests have taken over the industry, the entertainment industry, and in comedy. And when you start stifling people and freedom of speech, that's a bad recipe for our country.
But here's what's good thing about comedy. You can actually talk about those things. People actually, that's one thing about all comedians, even Richard Pryor. They knew how to take whatever was going on, even race issues, when everything was really bad. They learned how to develop a way to speak about it in their routine. They would work with writers or whatever. And you could, but listen, every audience is different. You got to find those audiences. Every time you're not always going to have the same audience. But if you just stick true to you, be true to you, Eddie, and find those stories, because a lot of people are thinking just like you. So you'll find those audiences that actually relate to you, and then you turn it into something funny where they can look and say, that's one thing good about comedy, and you can look back and say, dang, boy, he's making me think. And a lot of those comedians are real good ones. They know how to make you think about society. Look at real fast. Look at that one comedian, George. What was his name? George Carlin. He did that. He said satire about every day and make you think how stupid some things are. And you could be the same way, Eddie. I really believe you could.
Joey, hold on one second. You're making my point. What I'm saying is that's how comedy was and should be. And I'm saying when you go to a booker at a comedy stop, if you go to Gotham, if you go to the Cellar, and you go there and they want to hear some of your material, if you say something that's like George Carlin, like Richard Pryor, and you speak truth to power in a comedy way, they won't book you.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I got a friend who does a mob comedy show. Same one that wrote this thing. They have a mob comedy hour. They do mob comedy on Stand Up New York. In New York, Stand Up New York. I'll set you up with him. You let me know. I'll give Jimmy the number. He knows him. Give it to you. My friend Joey. He'll get you on there. You'll get a 4-minute routine on Stand Up New York. You'll meet other comedians, start networking with them, and you start doing whatever you want to do. And you'll do it. And I'll get you in there. Because he wanted me to do 4 minutes on there. I'll get you there. You're in New York already. I'll hook you up with him. He'll put you on Monday on mine, and they do a lot of other shows. You'll start networking with these guys. And that's how you do it.
I sincerely
we can talk about it or we can do it. I can get you there. I guarantee you. I'll get you with my friend. If Jimmy knows something, and he'll get you on my Stand Up New York. It's out there in Manhattan. I met a lot of great guys there. And I'll get you over there, and I'll tell him get you 4 minutes up there. And then
I
he's like,
appreciate it. I
get
appreciate
you
it.
a little gig. That's how we do things. We're old school. Jimmy know it. I'm old school. If I know
I
somebody
tell you
knows somebody, that's how I roll.
I want to be your manager, and I think you should get on stage. Because I think
Well,
you'll
be my manager, and I'll be your manager. And Jimmy could be both our managers. I'll be calling Jimmy up every day. Where's my 10%? Jimmy be like, hey, I'm getting my 10% first.
I hear you.
No, man, listen, no, we love you. Eddie, we love you. But listen, I know what you're saying because I got a lot of friends and communities out here. Actually, you can come do it. He does. He's got he bought a club.
Get an HBO spot. You look like Sinbad. You remember Sinbad?
Yeah.
That's
Someone
what
said
you
I
remind
look
me
like
of, Sinbad, bro. You got his energy.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. The thing is, thanks, big, right? You know what? I got a friend that does Laugh Out Loud. And what he does is he's got a club he bought and they're trying to fix it up. But he does shows, and sometimes you'd have to fly out there. But you know what? You always network with other these comedians, and you can all work together. And that's how you get these gigs. And you'll have to be back to your friends, and don't worry about it. They'll tell the owner, hey, man, don't worry about it. He does improv out here. He does hosting improv some nights. He hosts and brings other comedians up. He's very good at that. It's very, like you said, comedy is a whole different ballgame. I respect every comedian. To get up there on that stage is like nothing like it. You know, to get up there and just, you're in front of the audience and you gotta make it. That's nothing hard. People think it's easy, it's not. So I'll tell you guys, man, definitely, Eddie, we love you, man. And we're definitely here, man. We're the type of people, like, if I know somebody, it's just like, if I know a good mechanic, I'm gonna let you know. If I know Michael's the same way. If I know a guy, hey, I know a guy. And when I told Michael when I was working on something, he said, Joey, just get it to me. Just get it to me. That's all you got to do. That's how we are. We're old school guys. We have those old school values. Same with Jim.
100%.
And we are like that. We're not like these new generation, come by lightly. You know what I mean? We're a whole different breed, and we're keeping that breed without that type of thing alive. You know what I mean?
100%.
That's how we roll.
So I'm going to Jersey. I definitely am out of this fucking trash pail. This is horrible. I mean,
I'm going to LA.
Yeah, people are. Where you at, Joey?
I'm in Ohio, but I'm going to LA. I'm in a disclosed location.
You going to Lala, huh?
Like Mikey says, Mikey like I'm in a disclosed location. But listen, no, I'm going to Lala. I got a gig I'm working on that's going to enable me to, most likely, if everything works out, I could be in Santa Monica, 16 minutes from LA. And I got a friend, everyone knows LA. I got friends in Studio City now. So it's going to be fun. Yeah,
well,
it's going to be fun. I love LA. Everywhere I go, I can make it. No, everywhere I go, I make it. Everywhere I go, I make it a home. I don't care where it is. I don't care where it is. Huh?
I got friends in LA. When you get there, let me know.
Oh, definitely, man. We had a great time. And everywhere I go, Jimmy knows it. When I was in Staten Island, what I do in Staten Island, Jimmy, I stayed in my car. He wanted to give me a hotel. I said, Jimmy, you kidding me? I'm having a blast. I go to a diner. I can sit in there all night, relax, come in. I go to the Planet Fitness, go in and take a shower, work out. I love it. He goes, you kidding me? Let me get you in a hotel. You come on, Joey. Get him out. I love it like this. I was in Manhattan. I stayed walking the street all night. I said, that's how I roll. I'm making fun of it. I don't like hotels. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like hotels, but I make it. Jimmy know it. I'll make the best of it anywhere I'm at. I love it. It's out there. I'm telling you, I love it out there. Then I have my own office in Staten Island in that diner. Jimmy, after a few days, Jimmy, did I have my own office in there? They had my own little table.
Yeah, Joey makes a lot of friends when he comes here.
There I go, man. I was in Spanish Harlem. Where I went, man.
Hey, Joey, when you come here, let Jimmy know. We'll hook up.
Oh, definitely. I gotta hook up with you, man. Definitely, Mikey. I love it. I'm dying to give me another Manhattan special and a piece of pizza. I went to Joe and Pat's, but I want a nice pizza, New York slice of pizza. And I told Jimmy, first thing I told Jimmy, if you get me out of this jail, bring me a slice of pizza and a Manhattan special. I didn't care about that enough.
Hey, Joe, Louis the Lion says hello.
Louis the Lion, I love you, man. I love you, Louis the Lion. Louis the Lion, you are inspiration to so many, man. And we're praying for you, and you're going to make it, bro. You're a lion. You have the heart of a lion.
Hey, Joe, let me ask you. Were you pinched for a long time?
No, it was just a Man, it's a crazy little story there, but it was just a couple. It was like 60 days in. It could have been longer, but I was able to get out of there. But they wouldn't even let me use the phone 28 days. It was some bullshit, man. Saying, Jimmy, no, it's some bullshit. Look, I live my life a certain way. Like you said, we've had the streets and all that. I'm not living like that. Just I got caught up in something that was bullshit. Got caught up in the system. And it is what it is.
I'm glad it's behind you, brother.
I had to carry my dog around. Carried my dog around for a whole couple of days because I couldn't leave it nowhere. I had no car. My car broke down because of the engine. They put a brand new engine in my car now. I don't know. I told you, Jimmy. They put a whole new engine free here in my car. That's why my car broke down. Without that car breaking down, nothing would have happened. But they found out it was a recalled engine. They never told me. They put a brand new engine in my car, a new anti-lock system, and I'll get it soon, get it back soon. But it was an experience I thank God I had because whatever I needed to go through, I had to go through. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna ever regret it because it is what it is. The worst part about that whole trip, I lost my dog. After 14 years, she died. I carried that dog. Even the EPs, when the MPs see me with my dog, I had to.
That's a crazy
I had no
story,
car.
Joey.
When they gave me that when
I feel bad about that, man.
how many people see it? And my attorney said I could turn this into a movie. My own attorney said you can turn this into a movie. There's no one can. This story is about a man, car breakdown, and then all this shit happens. My dog was my main concern. When she died at that speedway, that just
How
broke
old
my
was your
heart.
dog, bro?
14 years old. And when I was going through a divorce,
Sorry to
that's
hear
when
that,
I adopted that dog. That dog was Jimmy. No, that dog was my heart. Now, when that dog passed, and I carried that dog around, I was gonna leave her nowhere. I didn't care anything because that dog. I love that dog. And that MP told me, "I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was on that bench. You didn't know this about I know it's a base, man. Listen, I'm a dog lover, and I was the same thing as you. My dog died right now. I was stranded. There's no way I leave my dog. As a matter of fact, that's the kind of person I am. If I had a friend, I don't care who it is, I'll never leave your side, man, dead or not. Let me tell you something. I mean, I carry my friend. If I had to carry my friend, I'd carry my friend or anyone I love with me on my back. Because I'm not gonna let my dog let her on the side of the road. I carry that dog until a guy met me and said, let me let you bury your dog on my property next to my dog. Took me out of his property, nice breakdown, and he let me take me a shovel and a pick, and I dug that grave, buried that dog. And the day he came back, he said, here's a heart. I said, I didn't want nothing. I didn't say nothing for nobody. They even told me, come on, Joey, get some food. I had like 2 days I didn't eat. They're like, come on, man, we're going to give you some free sandwiches. We're going to throw these out. I didn't want nothing from nobody. I just wanted to just get my dog, take her, get her home and bury her. But that's not what happened. But then when I did bury her, and the police, when I'm at this place and they trespass for no reason, not doing anything wrong. Not like nothing wrong. They just profiled me. After they profiled me and they put me through all that BS, and believe me, you know what I mean? It was BS. I even trust that police department who did it. I called them seriously, man. Y'all disgraceful. How you had someone disgraceful? Lost their dog and all that. I donated a whole bag of toys to my local police department a couple of weeks before that. I had all these Hot Wheels I collected, and I always used to get them every time I go. I love those things. When you don't get things like things growing up, you tend to collect them later. So I gave this whole bag down to my police department. They knocked on the door and they said, what's going on? I said, when you come across a kid who's been abused, I want you to give him one of these toys. And when you come across a family situation and the kid is scared, I want you to give him these toys. I had like 3 collectible things in there too. Some birds, they want them. TLC. I had a TLC set. I do Left Eye. I met Left Eye. So I had these TLC figures, and I said, give them to the girls. I love it because, you know what I mean? You know I had my collectible? TLC, Left Eye T-Bot Chili. I was going to have it in my room, my movie room. I had that, Tupac.
Hey.
And I'm going to tell you what. I said, you give it to the kids. I said, you give it to the kids. You know what I mean?
Hey, Joe.
Collectibles, huh?
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I know he's going to do it. I know.
The streets will never make you grow. It's not a seed, it's a gutter. There's no happy endings in this life. So this is my message to you. streets will never love you back.
Pow! Pow! I knew it was coming, man. He's ready to bring that out of retirement. Hey, but like I said, man, those guys didn't know I gave a whole bag to the local police department. And I suggest everyone do that. Look at Jimmy. Everyone do that one day. Donate some toys for the kids that are scared when the cops roll up. Sometimes they're dealing with stuff and the kids are just scared. So they give them a little toy. They makes them feel a little better about the police, and it makes them kind of calm down a little bit, you know? So I did that. So they did not call that police department and told me, did you do that? Did you do that, you punk? I still said that. Did you do that? Did you do that? Did you do that to did you give them kids some toys? You punk. Do what you did to me. See, I don't, that's how I am. You know what I mean? That's how I am. Like, every time they stop me, here's my knife. Here's my knife. We don't need someone to have a news blast. You stop because I have my knife inside. But here's my knife. All right, man, you good. Thank you for your knife. Never rolled me up for no knife because I always did it the right way. You handle things the right way. But if I'd have kept that knife in my pocket and give it to him, you never know what can happen. Like, hey, man, take my knife. Because believe me, when I walk, I'm prepared to do what I got to do. 100%. 100%. And I don't hold my knife.
Joey,
You gotta
use these.
backwards. A Navy SEAL showed me how to use that thing.
You gotta start making videos on your channel, Joey D.
Yeah, a Navy SEAL taught me that little trick. Yeah, man. Yeah, I love those guys. They're good guys, man. You get a couple friends, they'll teach you some real cool tricks. They do with a knife. You know what I mean? They teach you some cool things, man. I'm telling you. They're good guys. You know?
I can't.
Hey, forget about it. We don't have a sit down. I'm gonna represent Jimmy and Michael. And let's have our last meal. My last meal if I'm gonna have a fucking sit down. You mean you couldn't give one of these knuckleheads a nice dinner before you killed him? You lost a sit down? Like, hey man, let me give you some possible food. Let me give you a cannoli or something. You know what I mean? You know it's gonna be your last cannoli. Yeah. We're gonna give you something. We're not gonna leave it dry. You did a couple good things for us. Yeah. Hey, that's the only thing I didn't understand about those sit downs. Like, you got a guy, man. He's giving his last meal. Man, he could do better than that, man. Nice bowl of pasta. At least he can have a full belly and no shoes on when he dies. Give him his wife his shoes. Come on. What's wrong with you? You didn't give him no food. You gave his wife his shoes, but you didn't give him a full belly. What's wrong with you, man? I'm dying, starving. I mean,
You don't smoke cigarettes, do you?
I'd give him some water too before he died. You want some ice water? I'll forget. I'm gonna give you some Michael Francie's wine. The last day.
You don't smoke cigarettes, do you, Joey?
No, I smoke hookah. I smoke cigars, something like that. I don't smoke the cigarettes. I never liked them.
You got a lot of oxygen, my friend.
I don't really smoke. I run. Jimmy would tell you, I run. I swim. I jog. You know, I'm down. I went down. I got out. I went down 36 waist. Jimmy would tell you. I went down 36 waist. I worked out in there. You know what I mean? I worked out in there. You know, I would run around the whole, you know, all the picnic tables inside. I did it for an hour. The guys try to run with me, they win it because they smoke a lot. They're like, man, Joey, man, shit. What the hell?
Yeah, you don't get winded, bro.
No, man, I got good stamina and like I said, man. Like I said, when I write my book, it'll be 1 mile at a time. I teach you how to do it. See how to look great as I do right now. Coming from the seven.
This guy could eat. Look, and this guy. Look, this guy.
I can eat. But Jimmy, I ate the rest of Jimmy's food that day. I ate the rest of Jimmy's food that day. How you doing, bro? I ate the rest of Jimmy's food that day. Like Jimmy. I told the guy, I said, where you want to sit at, Jimmy? You want to sit in my office? No, Jimmy said, I don't sit back over here. I said, okay, he still got his old school ways. He don't want to put his back to the door. I said, all right, I got you.
Oh my God.
I know. Jimmy don't ever sit his back to the door. Believe that. He always got his eye on the door. I said, Jimmy, ain't got nothing to worry about. This is my office. Forget about it, Joey. I got to sit on this table. I ain't back. I don't know. We'll keep my eye on the door. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, whatever. I got this place covered. Well,
Oh
I
my
know
God.
Joey inside out.
I love Joey. You're a good guy.
I had a guy sitting across from me. He said, I guess the girl said when he went to jail, she found his stuff in the floorboards and stuff.
Hey, look,
His money.
Look, Joey D's the best. I love Joey D.
Yeah, I love you, man.
Look,
Thank you, Jimmy. I love you, bro.
I tell you, but really, honestly, but
Yeah, real friends, man. That's
look, this guy, he could keep on going. He's like a Duracell battery.
Man, tell you, man.
He keeps on going.
Bro, man, tell you.
Hey, Joe, I could only imagine those COs must have fucking.
Trust. Oh, man, I would bring. Hey, let me tell you what I did. I was trying to get my vegetarian meal. They gave me a vegan meal. I said, "What the hell is this?" I had one time I got my food, and I got my food, and I didn't get too much good food with that meal. I had some noodles, so I seen the noodles were good. These noodles were like mush at dinner time. I'm like, who the fuck? Excuse my language. Cook my food. I went over to the room where all the guys in the kitchen were. I'm like, yo, man, who cooked my noodles, man? Like, what you mean, Joey? These noodles are like damn glue. They said, ain't us, man. That was the crew. I said, when they come up? They said, Joey, they'll be up later, man. That's the one. We did your noodles in the daytime. You see how good they were? I said, yeah, even oil on. So I didn't eat much there. So because I had a vegan meal, vegetarian meal. Jim would tell you the plates were kind of funny. Like sometimes they have me all beans, like three things of beans. I had fava beans, I had garbanzo beans, and the main course was like kidney beans. I said, who the fuck made my meal? I eat cheese. I'm a vegan vegetarian. I'm not a vegan. I eat cheese. I eat this. I had to go through loops to have the warden come down. I put a request for the warden to come down. They said, she'll never come down. She came down and talked to me. And she's walking around. I said, oh, it's good to see you again. She goes, I remember seeing you. I was trying to find, are you looking for a room there? She goes, no, I'm the warden. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought she was looking for somebody. I thought she was a nurse. It's a female warden. I said, hey, excuse me, man. Are you looking for somebody? She said, oh, no, I'm the warden. Nice to meet you. I said, how you doing? Nice to meet you. She had a mask. So the next time I seen her, I called a request for her. She came down and said, look, I got to talk to you about this vegan thing. I put a request in. And she goes, oh, no, this is below the pay rate. But can you see if I can get my vegan vegetarian meal? So finally, sure enough, when I wrote that request for the warden to come in, that one CEO said, she'll never come here. She did come there, and then she started looking around. When the warden come in, everyone wants to talk to the warden. So then the warden came to me. I said, and have a nice day. Great, thank you. And I went back. My dude said, what you tell her? I said, dude, I tell her about my vegan meal. She serious? so I cared about what my vegan meal. So finally, they gave me a plate. It came finally came with beans on every damn course. I'm like, who the hell? What is this? Like, what are you feeding me? Like, you know what I mean? So the day I got that meal, and I had all this, and I didn't get my vegan burn on it, and I had these mush noodles. Like,
hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, just give me a minute, right? Because
because sir, this is
hold on a second.
Yeah.
I want to introduce Louis the Lion, okay? Because he's been
good. I love Louis.
All right, so let's throw him on here. Louis, what's up?
No way.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good, Louis. What's up, buddy?
No way.
I just wanted to give my respect to you and to the show, of course, and on to the beautiful people in this chat. Joey D, how are you?
My man, how are you? I love you, Louis. You're inspiration. I'm serious. I love you, man.
Hanging in there.
Great.
I'm hanging in there. I'm doing the best that I can.
You're a genuine man. Much respect for you, man.
Hey, Louis, how you feeling?
I'm feeling kind of loopy, kind of not feeling too good, but I'm trying to keep a positive attitude through this all. That's all that we can do is just keep a positive attitude, keep pushing through a new day.
And look, you're invited here anytime, okay? I'm not sure if you have I'm not sure if you have my email, therealjimmycalandra@gmail.com. Okay.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, therealjimmycalandra@gmail.com. If I could do anything for you, just reach out, okay?
100%.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, so Louis, so what they did, Louis.
Just keep on being strong, okay?
Louis, just keep strong, man. We are in your corner. And I was gonna say, like when they brought me up that smashed up, gluten, whatever it was, I saved it. And when the dude finally came up who cooked, the head of that cook, I said, the unit who cooked my food, yo, I waited. They said, Joey, what's up, man? I said, I'm waiting for that stuff. The cook who runs the kitchen. The guy who runs the whole kitchen. He came in. He was getting ready to go to the shower. Come into that bathroom. I'm right there. I said, yo, man, did you cook these? Did you cook this for me? He looked at me. I'm right looking at him because I told him, one wrong thing, them noodles won't be in his face. I said, you cooked this for me, man? Look at these noodles, how they turned out. Does that look like noodles? I'm going to eat. All right, man, Joey, hold on, man. I didn't cook it like that, man. What happened was that lady who runs this, she told us she had noodles. So I said, why your noodles don't look like these noodles? And I showed him the noodles from lunchtime. I said, what the hell is this, bro? Don't ever. I told him, ever serve me noodles like that again. Ever. I went back, took the noodles. I even said, this is garbage. I threw it away. Everyone said, Joey, man. I said, don't worry about it. Never got noodles like that again. 100%. And he was on the way, Jimmy, you know how they already know what can happen right in that shower.
Hey, Joe, hold on a second. Hey, I could only imagine Joey D in a county jail. I mean, this is a guy that doesn't stop as far as talking. Look, so a CEO, I can only imagine a CEO, him talking to a CEO, and him just on going, look, and
they would let him out just because they can't take it no more. Get out, get him out of here.
Look, and then
they would let him out of the jail. He's driving him nuts.
I only wrote some grievances on these guys.
I can only imagine about him with his food. I mean,
forget about it.
No, let me tell you honestly. Let me tell you something, Jimmy. You know what though? I honestly ate the least out of everybody in there, man. I was like watching everything I ate. But you want to know something? That RoboCop, I had everyone write grievances up though. I taught them all how to write a grievance up against a knucklehead, and we're gonna get that CEO moved off this block. And we did, man. We get this guy. I said, write a grievance like me, man. I started writing grievances up on these guys.
I'll tell you, Joe, I could only imagine what you did over there with the COs. The COs must have said, get this fucking guy out of here.
They wanted me out of there so bad, man. You know how I had to talk over there. Like, these guys. Sherry said, Joey, be careful, man. They tape all these conversations. I said, go F themselves.
Big storm over here.
I said, if they taping this, they can go fuck themselves.
They ain't got enough tape.
Sherry, you got to be careful what you say on these phones. Do every one of them.
That's fucking hilarious.
I said, hex them, man. Forget them.
Hilarious.
Oh man, I was getting ready to start a union in there for the prisoners. I said, look, y'all, we'll start a union in here, man. All the prisoners, I'll be your representative. We'll have a union. Teamsters, we'll call us if they can do a prison Teamster union. We need in here, man. We need this, that. They didn't give us no same type of practices. Fools.
He wants to start a union. Imagine that.
I was going to start a union. I said, guys, we start a union in here, man. I get the teachers in here. We start a damn prison union. I mean, all of us signed up. I'll represent you.
Oh, my God.
What do we want? What do we want? We demand better food. Salt, pepper. We want 3 hours in the yard, not 2 hours.
What happened to Louis the Lion? You got off, Louis?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
where'd Louis go?
Yeah,
I want to tell. I see him in chats. I seen him before. I want him to, he's gonna beat this. Don't worry about it. I want to tell him, stay strong. We're praying for him.
Yeah, he's
listening. Amen.
He'll be all right.
Love you,
No doubt about it. He looks good too, by the way. I want to tell him he looks good.
Thank you.
He
looks really good.
Everyone in the chat, you're beautiful people, very kind hearts.
Louis, that's a great guy.
Louis, you're in my prayers, okay? I'm gonna be praying for you tonight.
I will definitely pray for you. I will definitely pray for you.
That's a good guy,
sure.
man.
Absolutely.
That's the kind of guy.
But people get through it. People survive.
Oh man, it is, man. But you got to be, strong. You got to be strong, and you will do it.
You got to see the storm we got right now over here. It's tremendous. It looks like we're having a tornado. Remember before I was out in the pier over there? It was gorgeous, sunny.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like a tornado.
Yeah, they said today around 8 o'clock there's going to be a big storm.
I got it. Yeah, I got it now. I can't believe it. The trees are blind. I just want to go park and go in the house now. I want to get off the road now because it's crazy over here.
Yeah. Did you catch some fish over there?
No, I was just watching other people fish. I wasn't doing shit. I just took a little.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm still out here now. I love it out here, man. Something about the water. Something about the water, man. It just relaxes you.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I'm not working today. I'm off.
Right. Exactly. It's great, man. Yeah, no, I had experience. I made it as positive as I could. I mean, I read a lot of good books, and like I said, you just make every day a good day. That's all you can do. Make it a good day, no matter what's going on.
Hey,
You know,
Joey,
you
how's
never
your
know. That's why I
mom
say you
doing?
never know what can happen. She's doing good. She's doing good, man. She
How's
goes
your
to the
mother?
flea
Yeah,
market.
how's your mother?
She goes to the flea market, sells her little stuff out there. Still like
Good.
80 years old, going strong. You know what I mean?
You got a good
You know,
Yeah.
mother.
I try not to tell her I was in there. I try to tell her I was on a job hunt. But then I have family member trying to tell her, Jimmy, just check on her, just tell her I'm on a job or something out here. I didn't want her to know I was in there. You know, she's
What
stronger
happened
than I
with the
thought.
bird, the
She's
dog, the
stronger than
birds
I
that you
thought.
had?
Oh,
Did you have a
man. I
dog or
still got
something?
I still got my doves. My
You
dog
got
passed
them.
away,
All
but
right, good.
oh yeah, I love them things, man. I love them things, man. They got their own little perch they sit on, you know what I mean? It's really something about birds, man. It's just something beautiful about a
Yeah, I got
bird.
a
I
bird.
never
I
could
got a lovebird.
I don't keep them in the
He's 12
cage, you
years
know.
old.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
beautiful. I don't keep them. I used to have an Amazon. I used to have an Amazon, a macaw, and I had a African gray. But I had to get rid of them a while back. But he could talk and do everything. I love birds, man. Birds are really fascinating creatures, man. Really, man. They
Believe
really
me,
are, man.
they're
They're
smart.
amazing creatures. Very smart, and they sense. They can sense things. You know
Yep.
what I mean? They have really good senses. So what's something about it? I was thinking about getting when I go to LA, get an African gray. Adopt an African gray when I get out there. We got a place out here that does, adoption. You can adopt it. I don't even think you have to pay for it. You just adopt it. So yeah, man. Anyways, yeah, man. Like I said, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go to LA. I got a lot of plans out there, man. I got a lot of good people out there I know, and I'm looking forward to a whole different, leaving the East Coast, going to the West Coast. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Cool.
And
Maybe Mike,
that's
maybe Francis will give you a job. You go out there.
I would love. I would work for Mike's
You
pizza
know, he's
place. I
got
don't
those
even
pizza
care.
spots, right? He's got
I
the
wouldn't care.
slice.
I'd work. Oh yeah, I
He'll
would
give
love
you
to
a
work for
job
Mike. I would
for sure.
definitely, man, work my butt off. I had to work for Mike, man. Work
He'll give
hard
you
as
a
can
job.
be. Oh yeah, man. It's hard for him to find guys too. It's sad, man. It's hard for him to find guys to work, man. It's
Nobody
sad.
wants to work. Man.
No one wants to work, but Mike is a great guy, man. Just like I said, man, I got to give him something, a gift. Last time I seen him, got some nice books for his wife to read, and just an amazing guy, man. I seen him sign over 100 autographs the whole night. He signed it. When he got to, I said, I was going to have him sign one of my books. But I was like, I can't even do that, Mike. I said, Mike, you just signed over 100 books. We'll do it another day. I just had this, just amazing guy, man. So, man, we got to talk a little bit.
Hey,
And you know
hey,
what? Just when he seen me, he did one of these. He did one of these. When he turned around and seen I was behind him, Mike did like this. And I did like that back.
hey, Joey Smoke.
He like,
Acknowledge you right away.
Joey. Yeah, he's like,
Hey,
Joey.
Joey Smoke.
You know what I mean? I was like, Michael.
Next time, Joey Smokes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, the next time you go talk to Michael Francis, I've been trying to get a hold of him, trying to send him emails. Ask him for like, hey, I want to make if he can at least introduce me to some
Here's my
people with
boy.
Netflix, whatever, to produce. I want to make a documentary film or a miniseries, about Whitey Bulger and show his life.
Yeah,
I try to get a
you
hold of him,
want
but
to, yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what you got to start doing. Get a treatment together. Get a treatment, something like that. Get a treatment together. Your
Michael
project.
Bowman,
Get
how
some
are you?
things, get some treatments together, something like that.
I see you there.
And email it, or email it to Jimmy, or I'll give you my email, and send it to me, and then one day we can like
More milk.
email it to Mike as a team that goes like too, and then we can tell Mike, well, hey, look, one day you come out there like where we go to these inner circle things or whatever
yeah,
we do. I'll find out where the next shows or whatever. I don't know. You're still in the Bahamas. You
I'm in the
still in the
Virgin
Bahamas?
Islands, St. Thomas.
Okay,
Yes,
so we
I'm in the
got
Virgin Islands. I'm in the Virgin
we'll
Islands.
find out a way that we can get that to Michael, and then he knows people, man,
I'm on
that
Facebook.
he might be able to let him
Yeah,
at least read it and see if he can get it to somebody. But definitely
yeah,
get a treatment together. You know, get a treatment what you want to do your project, and definitely, man, I definitely would love to pass it along anytime I can
yeah.
help somebody.
I'm on Facebook. It's
Yeah.
Leon Swann. Facebook. It's
Okay, Liam.
LeonSWN.
Okay.
Leon Swann on
I'll
Facebook.
add you to it.
I'm
I'll
I'm
add
the
you to it.
I'm the guy with the lion face.
Yeah, I love it. And like I said, man, start getting a treatment together. So you can, you know what that is. Get it together, and I think you have a great project there, man. You never know who you can get he knows a lot of people. You never know who you can get to jump on
That's
that
what
before you, man. That's a great story.
I've been trying to get to him. I'm actually been trying to get Sammy the Bull. I actually want to see if Sammy the Bull wouldn't mind playing Whitey Bulger, because Sammy the Bull and Whitey Bulger act very much the same.
Yeah.
So if you want to have an idea how Whitey Bulger was in prison, it's basically a retired high school history teacher. When he's in gangster mode, he's like Sammy the Bull with a slight but could be strong Boston accent. And then when he's in grumpy old man mode, you ever saw that movie Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood? That was
Nice.
Whitey Bulger. And
Well,
I
yeah,
believe,
man. I think you got a
yeah,
great story there,
You
man.
do have
You
a
got
good
a great story, and even email it to Jimmy and get a treatment together because you always got to have. That's what I'm working on right now too.
yeah.
You always got to have a treatment. So no matter
A
what, you
treatment
got
is
something.
like
A treatment,
a
it's
business
like
plan.
it's a plan. No, it's basically your treatment, like your whole project. So the characters that you would have in it, the story, the research you did, all that in that treatment. Then you get, if you're gonna do a project and you don't have everyone do the writing, they'll bring writers in. They see the treatment. It
Yeah,
kind
man.
of outlines. So if you have to, you can Google on YouTube treatment, how to write a treatment, and they'll have videos showing you. I got step by step how to do it too, and you'll get a
Okay.
treatment of your project. And then when it goes into your hands, like somebody like some other people that have more experience, they can even do like how you trying to do. Right now, it seems like you got an idea and a
Yeah.
treatment. Get it that at least so you
Because
have something you can put in writing, and then they can give it to somebody, and a writer, a producer, or somebody can
right.
look at it, and they
Yeah.
can start helping figure out what they didn't want to do with a project like that. So
Because I
that's what you
have a
got to do.
producer
And,
up in
and, and
Boston.
yeah,
I have a producer up in Boston
you got to do it.
who knows all of the people of Whitey Bulger's gang. He could probably even get John Connolly in an
Well,
interview. We can get the John
John.
Connolly.
Yeah,
Yeah. John Connolly, who
John.
was the FBI agent. Yeah.
Yeah, but
We have a
John.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, John right there, graffiti mouth, right there is your guy. If you can help you,
Okay.
probably a lot of ways. John, graffiti mouth, knows how to. He went to the
right
Lee
there.
Scarsburg.
Johnny
Lee
boy, I like
Scarsburg sitting right there. Lee Scarsburg. Lee Scarsburg right there, man. Valedictorian right there.
Well,
And he'll help you
well, hey,
figure it out.
well, yeah, graffiti mouth. My email is
Yeah.
leonswan055@gmail.com.
This guy knows all that kind
All
of stuff.
space lowercase. Yeah,
Help us
let's
out here,
get this
Johnny.
together.
Help us out,
Come
Johnny.
on, John. You
Number
can do it.
Swann.
Help us out, John.
Lee Scarsburg,
Yeah, because
valedictorian. Come on.
Fucking
I
hilarious.
got I got connections with a guy up in Boston from the old project who he's a
Oh,
producer
yeah.
up there. He
You
knows
working out there, Eddie? You
Patney,
look like a strong son of a bitch.
Steve. He can get to Weeks, Kevin Weeks. He can get to Moderano,
Crazy.
John Moderano, who was Whitey Bulger's hitman, who got more bodies than Whitey Bulger. Whitey Bulger is no killer compared to John Moderano. This story was, it's not fair to Whitey.
Yo, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Now that you want to put together something on Whitey Bulger,
Right.
are you fully prepared to bring something different aside from Black Mass?
Exactly. This is what I'm going to do. My plan was, it's basically a prequel and a sequel, and fill in a little bit of in the between the gap of Black Mass. I like Black Mass. I love the score of Black Mass. Great job, Cooper and Tom Hokenberger. Great job. But it's kind of a prequel. I want to show how it was him growing up in Southie. He told me about his experience in the military, Smoky Hill Air Force Base. He was a B-29 engine mechanic. He actually used to go to Bermuda, and they used to have a TDY to Bermuda. The aircraft used to have a boat. They used to drop in the water, like it would fly over at the bomber. And if there was an emergency situation with a boat stranded across the Atlantic, they would fly out and drop this emergency boat with supplies and stuff. He told me all that stuff. That's how we clicked. When we first talking, he's like, he liked calypso music. I'm like, how does this dude know about calypso music? I'm like, what the hell? And that's what he told me. He used to go to Bermuda. He loved the Caribbean. I'm like, that's how we used to vibe.
I think
Stuff like that you guys have no clue about.
I think the problem I think the problem what happened with Black Mass was
right.
It came off too espionage. And it was American and it was mob, and they didn't really like signify that in the movie too much. What they did was they brought out so much of him being an informant. And I mean, what you're talking about, it would have been nice to see maybe some younger years in the movie.
Exactly.
Something that really that signifies something.
Because I sat there for a whole year with him. It was my last year of Coleman. And you know how you sit there with elderly people? I have family members, and they tell you your whole life story. So he told me his whole life story. I know stuff that's not in Wikipedia, that's not on the internet. He told me, I sat there with Whitey Bulger, and he told me everything. Everything. So I just want to show his side of what happened. Yes, he was a bad guy. Yes, he did some extortion.
Did he talk to you about MK Ultra and the projects that they
yes,
did on the
yes, he did. He told me how he was at Alcatraz. He actually, if you remember, they made a movie.
Leon, Leon, you
Yeah.
know what I would think? You know what I would think would be a good segment on Whitey Bulger? In all honesty,
That's
I think the best news of Whitey Bulger would be probably his days on the run.
Yep, he told me about.
He
He told me about his days.
Running and hiding. Those days must definitely be very interesting.
He did some way out there stuff, man. This dude used to drive from Santa Monica, California, all the way to like maybe Omaha, Nebraska, just to make a phone call back to Boston. I used to sit there and listen to this stuff. It was like, do you know how far I've drove from Omaha, Nebraska to the West Coast, Seattle, whatever? You know how long of a drive that is to drive just to make a phone call to drive back? Crazy stuff like that.
Hey John, Graffiti and Jimmy. Don't you think it kind of be cool what he's saying right now? If the movie or documentary, whatever you're trying to do, would be like where you're doing on, like Jimmy said, he's on the run, he's in prison though, telling the stories to Leon, someone's playing Leon's character, and as he's telling these stories, the movie goes into these stories, but then he goes back to him as an old man talking to him. And he's like, you see their relationship in jail. That would be really cool. And see his relationship from that perspective. And then the movie, but then while he's talking, we'll go into the scene of the story he's telling Leon. And then it would go to that scene. That would be
That's what I'm
awesome.
trying to do.
Different, like almost like like a Green Mile, kind of not a Green Mile. What's it?
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption, almost something like we're sitting in jail, telling some guy his story. And he's telling Leon, that's your name, right? And he's telling you, and then he is telling Leon, he's telling you his stuff, and it goes into the scene of the movie. And towards the end of the movie, you see a whole different side, like you seen. Only people know
exactly. Man,
John is talking about. Then you get it from your perspective of like an inmate, a humble inmate who had his life, but you get it here from your angle. It would be a different spin on Whitey. And then it would be the stories that you know that no one knows about into the scenes of these.
Exactly.
Almost like everyone thought it would go to you as whoever's playing you, and him as an older man. Narrating it, the actor, then you would see the younger actor doing or the other actor doing all the things. That would be, and then we can also see what, and then even you be telling something about you, it can show a little bit about you, and then show you a whole other perspective. It would be pretty cool, I think.
John, not so much about me, huh? But,
well, I mean, it can still have a little. It can definitely be about Whitey, but it can still have some of your, whatever got you there. You know what I mean? And now y'all both from two different places. Look how y'all from two different places, but y'all like getting along.
I would give Whitey, I mean, listen, he definitely had a screwed up childhood. I think most people that are like him usually do. When you look at Whitey, you think of somebody like personally, you could read up on Jimmy Burke when he was younger. He had a really fucked up childhood too. Both Irish.
Yeah, there's even a little situation where, you remember Henry Hill in '78? They had that Boston shave pointing thing up in Boston. Man, Whitey Bulger was so pissed at Henry Hill. He could not stand Henry Hill over that. He was like, we were watching Goodfellas one day. He told me, man, I can't stand this dude so much. He couldn't even stand watching the movie no more. He couldn't stand Henry Hill. He wanted to go down there. When he found out that Henry Hill and Jimmy Burke was doing that thing with the Boston shave pointing, he wanted to go down there and confront Jimmy Burke and Henry Hill about that. I don't know how that worked out because there was
Hey, you guys.
Lucchese, but you know.
Hey, you
Yeah,
guys. Just real
you
fast.
gotta
Real
you
fast.
have to Joe, wait. You have to
I'm sorry. No, I'm
realize
saying my phone might die on me. So in case it dies, y'all, just let you know that.
you have to realize
Yeah.
how it would work out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
look, Jimmy Burke wasn't connected to feds, and Whitey was. So Whitey took advantage of that power, which made him even more powerful. Just like Scarpa. He's a madman, he's a madman, and he's a madman. Yeah, when you got shit like that backing you up, yeah, well, you know.
That's true. You know, Whitey Bulger met John Gotti. He told me he met John Gotti through Jimmy Coonan. Yeah, he used to go down there to New York, and him and Jimmy Coonan had businesses, and he met John Gotti. They partied a couple of times. He didn't care much for Mickey Featherstone, but he did like Jimmy Coonan. That's for sure. Yeah, all that stuff he used to tell me all that stuff because I'm a big mob guy. Yeah,
You
so
know,
I can sit there with him and talk.
If you do your research, you find out that before the American mob started chopping up bodies, it was really the Irish mob who did that first, and they're the ones who actually taught the Italian American mob how to do that.
Through the Westies, yeah. The Westies and Roy DeMeo. Roy DeMeo and the Westies, they were working with each other.
Exactly. And that's the connection right there. You know, I mean, like before he met them, he wasn't doing that.
Exactly.
He wasn't doing that before he met them. You know, like they're the ones, you know, the Irish, you know, predominantly like the mobsters are known, you know, like you know, if you threaten them, you know, if you threaten an Irish mobster, like, yeah, I'll kill your family, he'll kill his family before you kill his family, just so he could fucking do whatever he wants with you now. Like, that's how demented they were.
Demented. Yeah, demented.
You know, like, it, you know, that shit runs deep, man. A lot of people with that, you know, the whole Celtic spirit and shit like that. It runs deep. Same thing with the Italians and the Romans.
Exactly.
It runs deep.
Yeah.
How you doing, Johnny boy? How you feeling, bro?
Eddie G, what's up, kid?
What's up, bro? It's good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
Look at you, looking all fucking like, what happened to you, bro? Like,
what do you mean? What happened?
Look, this motherfucker got it. This dude's smiling, fucking got a tan and shit, like working out. Like, wow, where you live in Beverly Hills now?
Yeah, no, I live in the affluent section of Brownsville, Brooklyn. I live in fuck. That's where I live.
So when are you gonna move to Jersey? When are you moving out to Jersey?
Next week, hopefully.
Oh, that's soon, huh?
Yeah. It's taken me a while, Mikey. It's taken me a while. Yeah, I got to get a few loose ends taken care of, and then I'm jetting.
Good for you.
Know? Yeah. I've been telling Jimmy for a year, Jim, I gotta. He's been trying to help me move. Him and his girl even tried to, mention a couple of places and stuff like that. And it's been on my radar for a while, but I just had to get a couple of things straightened out, you know.
Are you going Western Jersey, like towards Pennsylvania, or are you going south?
No, Jersey Shore. Jersey Shore.
Oh, it's gorgeous over there. It's beautiful over there, man.
Fucking God's
very
country.
Nice down there.
Yeah. My second choice was Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah?
I'm only fucking with you. I'm going to move in with Graffiti Mouth.
Yeah, I know.
Johnny boy.
I might be.
Who's that talking right now?
Mikey.
Wait, who's Mikey?
You don't remember me? A couple of years ago, I was on the show. Let's get Mikey.
Yeah, I remember Mikey.
Oh, wait,
at Dunkin' Donuts.
I think so. Oh, shit. What's up? How's everything?
Good. How are you? How you doing?
Hanging out?
I thought we were going to do the movie. I thought I was going to play the part of fucking Spiro. What happened to that? Now you remember me.
Yeah, I do. What happened to that is
It fell through, but we're still working on it. Don't worry about it.
nothing fell through, bro.
I'm just kidding. We're still working on it.
That's all I've been doing. I'm writing extensively, man. You know, anybody who listen, you know, it's tiresome to talk about, like, you know, what you're doing, because after a while you're just like, yo, you know, you yourself, you want to get that shit done.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
know,
Just you got to be the right time and the right
no,
people.
but well, the thing about it is,
and you're very talented. You're very artistic. You'll get
you know,
it done.
you want it. You know, at first it was about being short and sweet and introducing, like, the whole theory of, you know, all of that time and everything. But then it just turns into so much info that you really get so wrapped up into it, and you just start loving it. You just start loving it so much, and it just becomes bigger and bigger, more and more, and you're like, yo, we can't keep this out, and we don't want to leave this out and that out, and you know, there's so many important aspects.
But don't rush it. It's when it's God's time. You know, God wants it to be done. He'll make it done, and you know, that's just what you're saying. If you rushed it, maybe it wouldn't have come out the right way. Now,
you know, I mean,
there's
truth to that. Yeah, you know, you know, at the same time, you gotta lift it up to God and make God give you that extra push too.
Exactly.
You know, I could remember reading a story from Eddie Bunker's wife. For those who don't know who Eddie Bunker is, Eddie Bunker, you may all be familiar with Eddie Bunker when it comes to the movie Animal Factory, in which he wrote and Steve Buscemi directed it.
Yep.
It's starring Willem Dafoe. And, you know, Mickey Rourke plays a transvestite in it, in a prison. It's a pretty bugged out movie, man.
Reservoir Dogs too, right?
No. Well, actually, he plays Mr. Blue in Reservoir Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
He's the first one to die, but you don't see him getting killed. You know, he just kind of disappears in the movie.
Right.
But he's a writer. You know, he was the youngest to ever be incarcerated in San Quentin at 17 years old.
Wow.
He went on to write the movie Runaway Train.
That's a good movie.
Movie's unbelievable. And if you see it and you remember it, he's the guy who plays Jonah, which is John Voight's best friend in prison in the movie.
Yep.
So now during the shoot of this movie, a little about Eddie Bunker is that he served a lot of time with a lot of people. And so now during this movie, he eventually gets Danny Trejo involved in acting. And and he's the guy who introduces Danny Trejo to the whole industry and gets him in, and basically, you know, he asks Danny Trejo to train Eric Roberts in a boxing scene.
Oh shit.
You know, and at first Danny Trejo's, you know, like, nah, you know, once Eddie Bunker tells him, you know, you get paid like $300 a day for this, Danny Trejo's like, yeah, I'm on board, all of this shit. So Eddie Bunker has an entire history, you know, all based on like prison literature. Like, it's a known fact. He wrote hundreds of articles while serving time in prison. He went on to so now, do you remember the movie Heat?
Great movie.
Yeah.
So the character of John Voight is actually based on Eddie Bunker. And Eddie Bunker was actually one of the advisors for like the whole heist with the truck and everything. And so, you know, he's really, you know, he's come to be like sort of like the epitome when it comes to like prison literature of our time. You know, so yeah, he eventually went on to do Reservoir Dogs, made dozens of movies. Made
Yeah, I see it here. I'm looking him up now. He died in 2005. He was 71. He died in California.
Yeah, great, unbelievable writer.
Yep.
The woman, the one of like, I'm not sure if she was like, you know, a free lawyer, but at the time she was his lawyer. When he got out, he went on to marry her. He married his lawyer. You know, like you don't hear stories about that too much. You know, and he was unique. He's probably released probably about maybe 7 books. He's written some films. Another movie, Dog Eat Dog, with Nicolas Cage and Bo. He also wrote that. That's a great book. So now, you know, now you would think, you know, someone like him, he's written hundreds of articles in prison, novels when he was released, movies that licensed his novels. You would think someone like him is so used to writing. But when you do your research, you find out that he hated writing, just like every other writer. And his wife used to say, you know, I lock him in the room for a couple of hours and not allowed out. And, you know, Eddie Bunker would respond.
Hey, John,
Because
you
that's
guys
how
hear something?
Wait, my whole point of getting to this point is that it really is the toughest part of writing is actually sitting down and just starting to write. That's the toughest part. Once you walk away, the hardest part is to come back and now continue. You know, so I mean, you know, a lot of people really just don't want to write. You know, but once they get into it, a certain flow starts. But then once you stop, it really takes, like, for me anyway, a long time to get back to it.
I heard some background static. Hey, John, so real quick, not to change subjects. Yesterday, I'm trying to watch a movie, and I come across a movie that makes me think of you, because we talk about it quite often, and you guys talk about it. And then Jimmy put the banner on it, and I watched for the first time in years, Once Upon a Time in America.
It's my favorite movie of all. That's my #1 movie of all time.
So what I'm about to say is going to be blasphemy. I'm watching it, and I'm like, I remember this movie being better. I fucking remember it being better. And I said, I can't tell John this. There's no way I can tell John this. He'll fucking hate me. But I just thought...
Well, let me tell you. Well, I can go into a little bit about Once Upon a Time in America. So now you have Sergio Leone.
Bye, Sherry.
He's the best. And what's great about Sergio Leone is he's known for his spaghetti westerns. Anybody who's familiar with his work and maybe not familiar with his name, he's the guy behind all those cool Clint Eastwood movies. Yeah. The one where you saw like
the good, the bad, the ugly.
And then you saw Henry Fonda play a bad guy. You see Charles Bronson would pop up. He wouldn't speak a word in the movie. It's like, this is what his movies were known for. You know, that really intense, like, drama that just leaves you like on the edge all the time because you don't know what the fuck's going on. No one's talking. But now the thing with that was, at that time, Sergio Leone wanted to do something in America. So he had got his hands on a book called... Yo, what sound is that?
Yeah, I hear you. Something's fucking... We got static going on. It's like someone chewing gum in the microphone.
I hear a lot of static too. Are you sitting near a fan or an air conditioner? John, when you came on, it happened when you came on, John. Do you have the fan blowing on you or something? Like where you are, the air conditioner?
Oh, my camera's completely still, man. Like,
yeah.
I'll mute myself.
Is there anyone else in there with a very sensitive mic next to them? I think it's you, Leon.
I think it is Leon.
No, it ain't. It ain't me. It ain't me.
No?
No, huh?
It's not me. It's not me. It's not me.
Here, I'm gonna mute myself and then talk.
Let's see.
Yep.
Let's see.
It's you, Mikey. Yeah.
Let me get off here. You guys, I'll be in the chat. Jimmy,
Oh.
stay in touch, buddy.
Oh, wow.
Good seeing you.
Good to see everybody.
Peace.
All
I
right.
can see you soon.
All right, Jimmy. Thank you. Take care.
You
Eddie,
got it,
Johnny,
You
Leon.
You got it, buddy.
Take care, buddy. Good
All
to see you.
right.
Stay good. Stay good.
Yeah, it was. Wow.
I thought that was Joey D coming back from the dead or something. I have no idea.
No, but now what I was going to talk about
Yeah.
was Sergio Leone wanted to do like a movie in America for the first time.
Okay.
So he picked a book. He had read a book called The Hoods by Harry Gray. And now I'll tell you a little about Harry Gray. Harry Gray, it's hard to remember some of these names, dude. His real name was maybe Israel Stein something, something Steen, who actually is Noodles in real life. So Noodles, I mean, you've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't know, it's based on a real story, dude. It's real. So Noodles being involved with what he was involved with, you could see the type of guy he was in the movie. Like always prancing around quietly and, always very analyzing, always analyzed a lot, Noodles. In real life, what happens is Noodles shows up at the old neighborhood in real life.
Yep.
Remember,
what was that neighborhood?
I would probably say that would be the Bronx.
It wasn't Williamsburg. I always thought it was Williamsburg back then. Because of the acidic community. And
well, you know what? Yeah, I think it was Brooklyn because what's his name actually came from the Bronx. Who's the other guy's name? Max?
Yeah. The one who portrayed James Woods' character.
Yeah, he was from the Bronx, so they were all Brooklyn.
Yep.
But that's a good point. But he shows up years later, going, after all of that shit, and he's poor, bro. He's broke.
Yeah.
He's got nothing left. And I think he eventually maybe gets a job in a bakery. He's got nothing going on for himself, so he figures, you know what? Let me write underneath, an anonymous name. And he released like 3 books, and The Hoods was one, and that went on to be Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah, I thought the movie. I didn't realize until I watched it yesterday that the movie was made in 1984.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when I first saw that, I rented it from the video store back in the day. Some of these viewers may not know that we used to rent videotapes from storefronts to watch movies. And I remember my dad told me to go get it. And I watched that movie, and as a little kid, I identified with being in the streets and being, poor and trying to hustle, and our friendships were real tight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, we all came from broken homes.
And for Ennio Morricone he gave us the greatest soundtrack of all time.
Yeah, that was a good soundtrack.
And even the that flute.
Yeah, that's the greatest. It's a signature of the movie.
And that was Ennio. That wasn't even Sergio.
Yeah. Okay.
But they worked hand in hand before that because he did other movies with him. Now also the crazy thing, so many stories with this. Now, 84, you got to remember, 84 was released, so it was made in 83.
Okay.
83, so was Scarface.
Brian De Palma.
So now you have Patsy, James Hayden from Once Upon a Time in America. You remember Patsy?
Yep.
So this is like this, you know, him and Pacino in real life are like this.
Wait, hold on. I got a trivia question for you. I didn't realize until yesterday, until I saw the movie, that Joe Pesci was in Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah.
And most people don't know that. I called a few people. I said, "Do you know that Joe Pesci was in Once Upon a Time in America?"
And his brother's Burt Young.
That's the scene. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. I was shocked as shit.
Showed some balls, man. Yeah, those. I mean, yeah, but now what happened with that movie was Pacino was getting ready to make Scarface. At the same time, they're getting ready to make Once Upon a Time in America.
Uh-huh.
Pacino wants James Hayden as what's his name? Who's
Malolo?
That's it. Yeah. That's
Malolo,
him.
his the sidekick.
Yeah.
Manny, Malolo.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, Manny. Yup. He wants him to play him. At the same time, James Hayden's going for Patsy. Eventually, James Hayden doesn't get Manny. Settles for Patsy. James Hayden does an off-Broadway show. This is like a week before Once Upon a Time in America is to come out. Now, remember, his best friend's Pacino. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I've been there. When you study acting and you're in school, you got your little group going on. You guys are with each other all the time. You're practicing lines together. You're looking to get some work, and this is your life. So, and that was their life. That night, now James Hayden did drugs. Broke up, him and his wife. That night, he goes on to do like a great show. There's a spectacular write-up about him. The next morning, unfortunately, during the middle of the night, he got messed up again. And in the middle of a conversation, supposedly, telling his ex how much he loved her, he OD'd and died. Pretty nuts, dude.
Crazy, man.
Now, the reviews come out the next morning that he's a phenomenal actor. He's going to be a big star, this and that. Once Upon a Time comes out. Everyone takes recognition. He's already gone. That's pretty wild, man. So he never even got to see his beginning. He never had a chance to see it. That's a pretty sad story.
That's almost like the guy who played the Joker in 2008 with Nolan Batman's. He played the Joker. Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger saw a lot of success. James Hayden never really got a chance to.
Right.
James Hayden. Look, like you see Pacino. He made Panic in Needle Park.
Yeah.
Right.
Panic in Needle Park made someone who was making a movie want him. That movie went on, it was The Godfather. That movie made Pacino. Once Upon a Time in America was James Hayden's Godfather for him. So he never really had a chance to see himself actually shine.
Wow.
Heath Ledger, he saw a lot of success.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Unfortunately, he did play the Joker really unbelievable.
You know what?
He's the
Hey,
best.
John, you'll appreciate this. And I'm coming from a spiritual side of things right now. They say that Heath Ledger dove into so much darkness to capture that role, to embrace that evilness, that he couldn't get out of that character. Almost like demonic forces. He was like almost possessed to do that. Like he invited these evil spirits in. And I don't know. I've heard different things. What do you think?
I came up with a theory. I mean, it's not so pleasant. It's not so nice, because when you look back at these actors who use drugs during their performance,
yeah,
it is like it's an Armstrong. It's a Lance Armstrong. When you use a substance to get into a character, that substance is going to help you. But at the same time, he was a genuine, authentic artist. He literally wrote a short book pertaining to all the details of his character. So that's
it. All right, so listen, guys, we're in here for 3 hours, over 3 hours. Look, I want to thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for sharing your stories and stuff like that. Leon, I hope I get to see you again over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you an email when I get off of here. Send you an email. I want to get hold with your brother, Graffiti Mouth. Let's make something happen, man.
Yeah, send me an email, and what's his face? I don't know what I was gonna say, but yeah, definitely just stay in touch. And listen, I'm gonna be coming on here a little more often. Okay, to all the people out there that just wait for me and haven't been on, I apologize, but I'm gonna start coming on a little more often. I'm gonna start making time for this, because I like the chats. I like all of us to come in, have a little fun with this. It's really a fun time. And thank you all again. Thanks everybody for showing up.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, Leon.
Nice meeting you. Thank you, guys.
Leon, Graffiti.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'll be talking with you some more, Graffiti Mouth. Let's get it done. Right, let's make magic.
Hey, but look, before I let you all go, I'm gonna give you a quick minute just to say say bye or something. Leon, you go first.
Well, hey, this has been a great 3 hours, and hey, like I said, I just want to get a little project going and show another side to Whitey, because I believe about a lot of the stuff, the evilness of him has been exaggerated, but we're gonna get it done. I'm gonna get with Graffiti Mouth, and we're gonna get something done.
There you go. Graffiti Mouth.
Yo, man, I hope to have something out there that everyone gets a chance to look into and really love. I'm always looking to partner up with people. You can get in touch with me at thegraffitimouth@gmail.com. And God bless everyone. Stay safe. Stay humble. Be cool in life. Try understanding other people from time to time. Treat people the way that you want to be treated.
Eddie G.
You got it. All right. Thank you, Jimmy, for having me on. Great talking to all you fellas. I would say that the only thing I want to say is trust God, clean house, and help others. And we'll get through life together. If you want to get to know God, get to know his children. I had fun today. Thank you, Jimmy, very much. God bless you, brother.
All right, Eddie G. Well, listen, guys, it was good to have all of you on. I hope I get to see you again in a couple of days or next week or something. I want to say thank you to Joey D, Crystal Ward, Mikey, Anthony Santoro, Louis the Lions. Take care of yourself. Give your life to God. Keep on praying. And I'm here for you. If you need me, you have my email, Louis the Lions. I'm looking to help you out any way I can, okay? I love you all. Thanks again.
Love you all, Jimmy.
And I'll see
All
you
right, Jimmy.
on my next video, guys.
All right, pal.
Bye, guys.
Be good, Jimmy. Thank you.
All right, everybody.
God bless.
The streets will never love you.